Mr. Gruber.
It is taught.
Of course he's dead. The dosage was too large.
You killed him.
No, I did not. I gave him life.
Is that a raincoat?
Yes, it is.
Hey, DJ Nubis.
And DJ Neko.
Here with you on the Metal Talk Radio podcast, doing a live event with my special guest, Shawn Wright, writer, director, producer. Also got writer Wade here, as well as Mr. Tony of the Dead, longtime friend and great YouTube personality. Thank you all for being here tonight. And we are here to try and raise a little bit of money for Shawn Wright's next project, Spiritboard, Doorway of Death. How y'all doing?
Okay.
Fantastic.
Right?
All right, so tonight we, of course, we're going to just have a little bit of fun. We're going to talk about the horror movies. I've got some questions for both the panel and Shawn specifically. I'm also going to give like my top 5 underrated movies must see from anybody who has not seen them. So I will be going through that occasionally. As well, we've got trivia. I've got 4 VHS cassettes, 1 metal, 3 horror films. One I think that Mr. Tony would be very interested in, but you can't hear? Everybody's okay, right? Can you guys hear us okay?
I hear you.
Yep.
Shawn can't? Shawn can't hear us?
Oh no.
What happened?
I don't know. He was doing good.
Wait, are you good?
Yeah, I can hear perfectly fine.
Tony, you good?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we'll try to get that worked out with Shawn here. I wonder if he has a plug in. I think this happened last time when we interviewed him.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, that must be his fault.
Anyway, he says I know, so he's written in there. So yeah, he'll come back. So we'll get him back in here. So yeah, let me go around and just I guess one of the first questions I had. Let's start with Wade. Like when it came to inspirations for being a writer for horror films, and what were some of your inspirations behind that?
Oh, I mean,
All right.
I mean, of course, John Carpenter. There.
All right.
John,
I can hear you.
He's back.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
What I missed?
I was just asking Wade, like, what are some of his inspirations? I'm gonna go around the room here for after I'm done with Wade, and just tell us who inspires you to do what you do with horror and stuff like that.
Definitely John Carpenter, all of his movies. One thing that's really inspired me to get to where I'm at, just not just for as writer, but also filmmaker and stuff like that, is Trauma. Lloyd Kaufman, all of his stuff. Because I remember I was just like a 19-year-old kid thinking, wait, you can make movies with not really much a budget? Are you serious? And I'm like, oh, wow. So that's kind of one thing that really inspired me to get to where I'm at. Trying to think, Wes Craven, Nightmare on Elm Street is like one of the best screenplays. Stories, everything. That's a tough question there. But yeah, I think John Carpenter, Lloyd Kaufman, Kevin Smith, all kinds of others that paved the way.
Cool. Shawn, how about you, sir?
So I also am pretty heavily influenced by John Carpenter. The Thing is one of my favorite movies.
As a CJ Anubis.
Right. Sam Raimi, I love The Evil Dead. That's also one of my favorite movies. The first one, especially. I'm a big fan of Italian horror, so Fulci is a big influence for me. Argento is a big influence for me. I am a big fan of the Italian stuff because there's a weird factor to those movies. They sometimes seem a little dreamy and like out there, and they also are especially gory sometimes as well. So that's something I really enjoy about the Italian horror scene.
Yeah, it's interesting because later on with one of my picks, there's a film that came out more recently which kind of pays homage to the Italian horror. So I'm gonna be curious if you'd seen it or not. Tony, what inspired you, my good friend?
I don't direct or anything, so nobody.
That's okay. Yeah, but you're a fan, so that's the big thing right there.
I mean, I guess I could tell you why I started YouTube.
Okay.
I mean, I wanted to review movies that like people don't normally get to see, like, you know, low budget stuff under the radar kind of thing. So I was kind of influenced by Mr. Parka at first. I give him credit, and then along the way, there's just a bunch of other people that influenced me. Mostly Mr. Parka. He influenced me with that kind of stuff, and then that got me into like this world, and then somehow it made my way to Shawn Wright. And that's how I got my start.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. And speaking of Mr. Wright, gosh, I think it was through Tony that we kind of found you.
I think so too.
Yes,
And,
I believe so.
Yeah.
So obviously we went and watched Night of the X. We got a special invite screen that you were giving us, and of course I really loved it. Did a review on it. We actually interviewed you a while back about that as well. I did manage to get myself a good copy of this, signed by the man himself.
Signed by.
And if you haven't seen it already, of course, I've got
So
poster signed by some of the cast. So really cool of you to do that. I really love that film. Now you're working on Spiritboard, Doorway to Death, which comes off another short because you did a short for Night of the Act as well. So obviously you wanted to kind of, push on and do another film. So tell us what may or may not be different about this particular version of the full-length version of this film compared to the short.
So the short film is only about 12 minutes. I'm definitely going to expand it quite a bit. I'm going to add like the first, like, I don't know, maybe like 8 minutes or so of the short I'm going to sort of remake. So the same basic plot will be the same. sort of the summoning the ghost, the early kills. That will be very similar, but I will sort of elaborate on the ghostly killer's backstory a little bit in the beginning. Obviously, I'll have more characters. You'll see the 3 characters from the short, and you'll also see 2 of their boyfriends, and you'll also see a couple other characters, such as maybe you'll see the angry mob that kills the ghost, featuring, of course, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony will be an angry mob member. Sometimes Tony's a little angry.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, I can a little bit. I have a 4-year-old. It's not hard.
Oh, you haven't seen me with my 2 cats. When they get in trouble, dude, I'm like, they do not like that.
He's a liar.
So,
It definitely.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It definitely, to expound upon what Shawn said, it definitely is what you liked in the short, but we definitely expand it more with like the lore. I feel like it's a totally different movie from the short. The short's very kind of eerie. This one's kind of very Evil Dead. Like, can we cuss on here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shit hits the fan with a lot of the characters and the ghosts, stuff like that. So if you like the short, this one is like 10 times more crazy.
Yep,
10 times more intense.
Yep,
Yeah.
There will be obviously a higher gore factor. It'll be provided by an excellent special effects artist, Joe Lascola. He's worked on a lot of great things, including the Angry Video Game Nerd, which I just found out recently, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he's worked on a lot of things. Like he's worked on The Barn 2. He's worked on.
I've heard a lot of people talk about that film.
The Barn's pretty good. I haven't seen the second one though, but
I just bought that at Monster Mania actually, so I haven't watched either.
I haven't watched it yet either. And I don't.
I think Tony has like all that wall of stuff that he probably hasn't watched.
How much of that have you seen, Tony?
not even a quarter of it, probably. I've been making my way, trying to. Like my whole October, I was gonna do that every day, watch a horror movie that I haven't seen, and I got to like 10 days in, or something like that, and I was doing good, and then I just binge watched the most recent Twilight Zone, like in like 3 days. So I'm like, that's good enough for October.
Oh my God.
That's like two seasons. It's 2 seasons, and every episode's almost an hour. I think I did good.
Yeah, well, we were talking about it because I had seen the short before. Neko hadn't, so we watched it, and the special effects are amazing. Are you using the same special effects person for this one?
No, the original one was a guy named Gary Williamson, who I worked with for my 2 short films. He was supposed to work on Night of the Axe, but there were some life issues that came up when he couldn't commit to the project. But I do agree that there's a lot of great stuff in the original short film. But definitely the feature will be sort of late years above, because I'm going to throw, the whole budget I get, I'm going to throw that into effects mainly. That's my main thing. It's going to be a splatter fest.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, so when we were watching it, Neko made a comment that kind of just came out of left field for me, but I thought it was funny. So she goes, as we're watching, she's like, man, Shawn really likes nudity in his films. The only thing I can think of in response to that was this.
You! Show me them boobies!
Well, it doesn't go quite like that on set. It's a little more professional,
Right. Let's see. Okay, so now's the time when I'm gonna get to like my first underrated movie that I think people need to see. Maybe you guys have already seen it, which is kind of cool. And it is 1971's The Devils. Stars Oliver Reed, Vanessa Redgrave. Basically, it's a 17th century France. Father Urbain Grandier, played by Reed. Protection of the city of Loudun from the corrupt Cardinal Richelieu. That's actually Reed's character
Richelieu.
there. Is undermined by a sexually repressed nun accusation of witchcraft.
That was a really fucking weird movie.
It is. And it's funny because I know that Samurai, who had been talking about seeing this film is the X version from the UK, but there's actually an uncut directed version, which I think Shudder initially played. That's where I first saw it. And that's unavailable for anybody to pick
purchase.
Up. Right. Like they won't make it for whatever reason. So have any of you guys seen that film at all?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. All right. Well, good.
I have not.
Gotcha.
It's really fucking crazy and weird and a little gross.
Yeah.
Well, that's all me. That's all I like.
Yeah, if you want the crazy shit, that's the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Now, speaking, this is again for a panel for all you guys. We'll just go around the room. So,
Okay.
What types of horror films do you prefer? Witchcraft, demons, ghosts, slashers? Tony, let's start with you. What do you prefer in your horror film?
I really like camp slashers. I like.
I know we talked to you like a while back when we interviewed you, like almost 2 years ago. You got a chance to meet. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank on her name. That's
Felissa Rose.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she seems so cool and down to earth.
Oh, she best person you'll want to meet at a convention. Like, she really cares about the fans, gives you her time and everything. And the first thing I think of when they ask that question is sleepaway camp.
Mm-hmm.
I really like campers. I like too when they can scare the shit out of you and it's like in like a single location. You know, like you're in like one house and they're trapped in it. You know, like I love that. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. I like that kind of stuff.
You like
But-
bad decisions being made while a campy horror movie is happening.
Right. But my favorite thing though is found footage.
Oh,
All
really?
Yeah, I love it because to me that's like I'm looking through my eyes what I'm seeing and it's creepy as hell. I think so. That's actually my favorite. I know they went overboard with it a few years ago and everybody was doing it, but I'll watch them all. I don't care.
Wade, what about you?
Oh, that's such a loaded question. I'm torn between.
That's what I aim for is loaded questions.
I'm torn between like I like demons, but I also am tired of like exorcism movies, so I can't really say demons. Anything that's like Evil Dead, Dead Alive, just like Splatterfest. I'm not really slashes are hit and miss for me, so I can't say. It's a very loaded question. I like all kinds of weird stuff. I like stuff like Tetsuo the Iron Man, like that kind of like weird. Maybe body horror. I think body horror. I'd choose that.
Right.
Body horror is awesome.
Sean.
The society, the shunning that gives me nightmares every time. Sorry.
So I love all kinds of horror movies, really, but I definitely lean towards the sort of like the more old school stuff. 80s slashers, gore fests. Like Wade said, I'm a big fan of Dead Alive. I love, Evil Dead, like I said before, and The Thing. So anything with crazy, over-the-top special effects is something I'm usually going to like. I also like, classic stuff like Hammer Horror. I'm a big fan of that stuff. Universal.
I was going to say, I'm going to change my answer to Universal Horror. I love it. Frankenstein, Invisible Man, I'm in.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily my favorite, but it's definitely up there. It's classic. Like that's what you want to watch at Halloween, Universal monster movies. That's what you want to watch at Halloween. Yeah. But yeah, for me, definitely is the more gory, crazy practical effects it has. I'm probably gonna enjoy it. I don't go out necessarily for the elevated horror. That's all the rage nowadays.
So
So
like the
it's
psychological, like
Yeah.
it has a message, and you have
Yeah.
to kind of figure it
It's-
out.
it's enjoyable to a degree, but I definitely want to stick to the old school. And speaking of Universal monsters, I would definitely like to do my take on some of those monsters one day.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting you bring that up because recently I bought the sort of like Digipack or whatever, the Creature from the Black Lagoon series, and like I love that, but no one's ever gone back to it at all. Like they tried, like The Shape of Water and stuff. They try to do different versions of it, but like no one's actually gone back to that particular monster, which I think is kind of interesting. So.
This is sad to admit, I had never seen it up until a couple of months ago when he got the Blu-ray of it, and I was like, it's really interesting. It's not bad. I actually do enjoy older movies just in general, but like to see an older horror movie done with like some really just cool effects and just random shit happening, I was like, it's not bad. I like this.
It's very timeless. Like the fact that Creature was like 1954 and it's lumped in these Universal horror monsters that are from like the 30s. That's just how I feel like the Creature could still like play today.
Yeah,
Shape of Water is a good example.
Definitely.
I mean, there's water everywhere. It can be anywhere.
And there's always like this one movie that kind of flies under the radar, which, you know, I really love, but I oftentimes forget about it because it's the only one that I remember doing was, I think it's Rupert Everett, called Cemetery Man. And like that movie is so awesome, dude. Like, but I just.
That's a weird one.
Yes, it is. Very weird.
I think,
but it's so good.
Someone announced, I forget what company, I think someone I'm seeing buzz on, I think someone announced Cemetery Man coming to the Blu-ray.
Severn's putting it out, yeah.
I think it's a 4K or something, isn't it?
Yeah. It depends on the price. If it's not like $75, I'll get it. I like that. I have it. I have the movie. It's right here. I have
It's right here. I've never watched it, but it's right
here. I've seen it recently, actually. Like it's like the 3D version of it.
3D version.
And it's like it's not American. I think it's German. And it plays fine in that, but like I would like to see an upgrade for it, you know.
My band actually wrote a song called Della Morte for this movie in particular. So
No kidding.
Oh, wow.
yeah, so big fan
What's
of
your
that.
band called?
Meteor King. We're hard punk.
Nice.
You can
From
hear
Baltimore.
them. You can hear them in Night of the Axe.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. they're
With
in the tunnel
Oh,
scene.
okay.
Tunnel, yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. Okay, so this is for Shawn in particular. And I thought this question was kind of interesting, but I don't think it's really going to apply because I know that when you're shooting a film, scenes are done kind of out of order. You just kind of go with what has to work at that particular time. But has any of your actors you worked with ever gotten scared by the scenes they have done or been while filming? So like either they're watching it later and maybe been scared by how it turned out, or maybe were they even scared when they were filming it? Like I know it's kind of weird because it's a lot different when you're doing the film as opposed to watching it on screen because you haven't done the editing and all the other stuff. So has anyone actually got scared by it?
Well, the boring answer is no. I'm pretty sure no one's ever actually been scared on set, or I mean, maybe watching it. I don't think there's really any time I watched the movie with my guest. But I think they probably were not really afraid of it because a lot of the people I worked with are horror fans, so they're probably used to it.
Right.
So,
I
yes.
wonder too if you're like, oh, it's just my buddy who's stabbing me and murdering me.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Well, yeah, because you don't really have like the soundtrack there. So like for Tony and Night of the Axe, that's one of the best death
I
scenes.
know, I loved it.
You know, like he's there with a bunch of people standing around. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna take a fucking machete to the face. You know.
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly how it was. We were just standing around and we're like, Tony, fall against the wall, you know.
I had to walk out of my trailer and come to my
Yeah.
scene.
Did you get crafty? Did you guys get crafty while you were there?
Yeah.
As someone,
I think we ate McDonald's that night.
Yeah.
as someone as a cast member, I was kind of scared. Not really, but like the person who plays the Beast is Nate, who's like he's a big dude, And
Yeah.
when in the movie, he's slamming my face into the wall, and I'm like, I hope I don't get. I was more afraid that. I mean, he's a strong guy. He might destroy
would
my face.
accidentally, yeah.
But he's very gentle. He's a gentle giant. Very lovely to work with.
That's
Nice.
so cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was waiting with the Beast while we were like waiting off scene. He's there like looking at other scripts, and he has like glasses over his nose and stuff. And he's like, I'm like, and he's a giant guy, but like really nice.
You're ruining the illusion. He's a beast.
He's a beast.
He's got to be mysterious. You know, can't give anything away.
Yeah, that
You
guy
know-
just wandered on set one day. We didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
Sean just saw him walking down the street. Hey, I need you in my movie. Come.
Hey, you're tall. Yeah, when you were
Sometimes
asking
you have to do
Sean,
that.
when you asked Sean about that question, if anybody was scared, I think about Kane Hodder when he was on, I think, the set of Hatchet or something.
Yeah.
Didn't let them see him, and he's backstage and he pumps himself up and he's just screaming and stuff, and everybody's like, "What the hell is that?" And so when they first see him, their first time, it's actually a reaction they get. It's like, "Holy shit!" You know, they know it's coming, but they don't know what's coming.
Yeah,
If
I
I
think
had-
a lot of
If I had the kind of
actors
budget,
kind of do that now.
if
Go
I
ahead,
had the
Sean,
kind of
sorry.
budget, if I had the kind of budget to do that sort of thing, I would do that just to mess with the cast.
No personalized trailers for everybody.
No, can't do that.
Only Tony.
Yeah, only
Only
Tony's
me.
trailer.
Only Tony.
He gets his own trailer.
I had my own spot on the couch. It was great. I brought tasty cakes.
He did.
Which couch? Huh? Which ugly couch was it in that house?
Hey, they were ugly, but they were comfy.
They were.
Remember when we talked to Sean? I was like, you were explaining like it was an Airbnb and you guys kind of just like rented it out. I was like, that's kind of an interesting way to go about it. Yeah.
This Airbnb was in a different dimension, I think. 'Cause
Yeah.
We didn't do any set dressing at all, so that's what
Yeah.
it looked like when we got it.
You're like, wait a minute.
Now, it should be noted, like, I told Sean earlier behind the scenes,
Uh-oh.
Neko actually knows your fiance, Wade. Like, that's how she got discovered.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at her right now. She's on her computer.
Hey.
They're saying that you know her.
Oh, Melissa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Neko. It's Neko. What is her real name?
Oh. JK.
She gave away your real name.
Real
She
name.
doxed you.
Oh, secret.
Wait,
Dude,
your name's not
I love
Neko?
that shirt, dude. The last drive-in, always. Yes.
Oh yeah.
You're not a
Did
Japanese
you guys
cat.
go to one?
What was it?
Did you go to one of the? Because we went 2 years ago to the one in the Mahoney.
Oh, the Jamboree? No, we have not been there yet. We have not been to one of the live drive-ins. You just watch it on Shudder every night. It's a one. And I did meet them at Monster Mania briefly because they had to go to like a photo shoot or something like that. So it was like, oh, nice to meet you. Okay, bye. So we plan on going. We plan on going to the Jamboree soon. That's next time they have it, hopefully.
All right. Well, I'm to my second underrated film that needs to be watched. And of course, Sean, you brought up the Italian film, so this will fit perfectly with that. It's 2013's The Strange Color of Your Body's Tears. It's like a modern giallo from 2013, as I said. The plot is returning home from a business trip to discover his wife missing. A man delves deeper and deeper into a surreal kaleidoscope of half-baked leads, seduction, deceit, and murder. Does anyone in the building know something? So the one thing I take away from this is it's visually striking. If you think of Argento, Suspiria is like one of my all-time favorite films by Argento, and a lot of that's because of Goblin's soundtrack and the visuals that he provides in that. So I don't know. Have you guys seen this film? Tony, I think I can pass on you, but
No, I never saw it.
I
love the title though.
yes, it's a gorgeous film. Gorgeous.
I've actually seen the film. Actually, I think I watched it for a podcast that I frequently join in on called Jolly the Month Club.
Nice.
That's how I watched it. I don't remember much about it. I do remember that it visually looks great. Like you said, with Argento and stuff like that. I remember that.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of Giallo to where like some of it just blends in a little bit. But
True.
the fact that it's 2000,
Very true.
I mean the fact that it's 2013 and it blends into like Giallo
The
films from the 70s, it does its job well.
Exactly. That's why I thought it
that's-
was kind of strange because, like, I'm like, wow, is this really 2013? This is amazing.
Oh wow! Just the title and the cover alone, I thought it was from the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tony hasn't seen it yet.
What about you, Sean? You seen
I
it?
never heard of it.
No, I have not seen it. I've not seen it.
Okay.
I've heard of it, but I've not yet to see it. It's probably on my Letterboxd watch list. Everything else is.
So how is it that we found out about this movie? Was it Jason?
No, I discovered it myself. He found out.
Whoa. Because we had a roommate for a couple of years, and he was really into like some crazy horror movies
Dude,
too.
he showed me.
Naked Lunch.
Well, that's nothing, but like Salo.
Oh,
Salo, no.
Serbian film. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
those are
like,
not
holy
even horror
shit.
films.
Yeah.
Those are awful films. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, that's some crazy shit there.
He's showing you all these movies, and you still let him stay there.
Yeah, he stayed with us for a couple of years.
And he's in the
Van
army
Ren.
now.
Yeah, he's actually an Army helicopter pilot. He's
He flies Apaches, man.
yeah, he's protecting our country. So, but he's a good guy. He's just eccentric is the best way to put it. He's eccentric and he's funny and he loves. Look, we met honestly back in the day when the early internet world had just forums and there wasn't Facebook and stuff. That's kind of how we met him, and we became friends by like going to concerts and just talking. And he needed some help. Oh God, it's been like years, but he needed some help in his life, and we said, you know what? You're like a brother to us. Yeah, come crash with us for a few years.
That's what we do. All right, guys, we are to our first trivia run here.
So who's ready? Do you guys need like a buzzer?
No, because right now we have really nobody in the chat.
I know, but between the three of them, if they you guys need to be like buzz and answer.
Well, you're gonna keep track of who gets them right.
Oh Jesus, I need a pen and a pencil.
Well, they're all by you, or were anyway.
Them.
All right. So the prize on the first one here. Now again, this is all VHS stuff, but if you're into collecting them or just enjoy them, I'm willing to give them away, really. And they're in good shape. So the first one up, of course, is a mandatory for any metal fan. Sepultura is live in Barcelona, and it's there. I'm not lying.
It's original from the 90s.
Yep.
Nice.
So we got Sean. Let's see, we're gonna go from Tony Wade to Sean. Okay, so Tony,
Sean, and Wade, or either way.
Wade, Sean. I'm going
Tony,
clockwise.
Sean.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm going clockwise.
So anyway, there's 5 questions. I'm kind of starting from the easier stuff to the harder.
And make sure you say like buzz so that we go to like, okay.
Well, they can all guess. Like, it's like they might all get them right, but then somebody's gonna miss somewhere, I'm sure.
Okay, well then fine. Just all.
Unless they're that good, like they could.
They might get them all. I don't know. Like.
We'll see.
All right. So the first question we have, and this is from my horror trivia.
Yeah, we have Trivial Pursuit Horror Edition. If you don't have it, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
I do have it.
It needs to be updated though.
Oh, wait a minute. Sean has it. He's a ringer.
I have like.
That's unfair. He has the edge.
Yeah. Cheater. All right. What book helped the Maitlands navigate the afterlife in Beetlejuice 1988?
Are we all answering?
You can. Well, yeah. Let's do this. Write it down for yourselves, and then we'll go around the room and then see. We'll go that way.
I'm
this way, no
blanking
one
on the
gives it
name of
away.
that.
Oh, I remember.
I'm blanking on the name of that.
Oh,
Beetlejuice is, I think, one of my.
I have to be honest. Like, I'd probably get the first part, but then I'd probably forget the last part.
Let me see.
okay.
Oh, I know. Can I say?
I got it.
All right, let's start with Tony. Let's wait a minute. No, how do we do this? Because then they'll all know.
Oh, all right. Send it. There's a
chat feature.
Private chat. I think you guys can all type in that. So go ahead and put your answers in there. Do 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 do.
Tony's like, Tony's like, I need more VHSs, so I'm winning this thing.
Are we using the private chat or the comments?
Yep.
Private chat.
Okay.
Either one, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the
Damn,
comments.
Tony. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So far, Tony and Sean got it right. It is the Handbook of the Recently Deceased.
Do I get half right?
You're close, but we got to cut somebody out of the weeds here.
I don't have the private chat.
What's that?
Oh, yeah,
I know.
Yeah, yes, I do.
I
Yes,
got
I do.
it.
I have to
Okay.
click it.
Okay.
I have to click it with my stupid old ass Chromebook that just keeps freezing.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll just give you this computer at that point.
Oh my god.
All right.
One.
Next question. What is the name of the serial killer in Terrifier 2016? Sean's already on top of that. I think Wade is too, though. Oh, yeah.
Yours is so much faster than mine.
That's okay.
I'm still on guide for the recently deceased.
Any guesses, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So, all guys got it right. So, 3 for 3. So, actually, it's 2 for Tony, 2 for Sean, and 1 for Wade. So, we're batting 100.
What was the answer?
Art the Clown.
Art
Which-
the Clown?
Which I discovered came from another, anthology or something. That
She scared the shit out of me.
Oh, what is it called? It's called
All
All Hallows
Hallows
Eve.
Yeah. Yep.
It was the last drive-in for Halloween.
Yep.
I haven't had a chance to watch the original one yet.
All Hallows Eve is good.
I didn't see the second one yet. I saw the first one. All right.
The second one's too long, but it's still good.
This is. How does the blind man attempt to impregnate Rocky in Don't Breathe 2016?
What?
So he uses a specific tool. A specific tool. Dude, Wade was on top of that.
I will never forget. I will never forget that scene and be like, "What?"
All of them got it right. Turkey baster.
Sean looks
Exactly.
Sean looked a little too happy to type that in.
That was real because I
He's
thought
like,
it was really
"Oh
funny.
yeah, turkey
Turkey
baster."
baster.
Gobble gobble. It's Thanksgiving time.
That's really the only thing I remember from the movie. He tries to knock her up with a turkey baster.
Oh my god!
Why didn't I come up with that?
Didn't they make him the hero in the second one then, or something?
I think
Yeah.
so. I didn't see it.
Well, Sean, why are you striving to reach that level of impregnating with a turkey baster? Why would you think that's the level I need to be?
Well, you could change it up a little bit. Impregnate with a super soaker or something.
Super
yeah. You get up 6 feet 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Get the pump action. Oh
Just
my God,
open
that's
up,
so
baby.
Gross. It's so gross, but it would be hysterical.
Oh my god!
All right, number 4. What part of a rabbit does Carol keep in her purse in Repulsion 1965?
In what?
Repulsion.
Repulsion
Oh.
1965.
That would be 0 parts because we love bunnies.
Yeah.
Not this one, apparently.
I don't know.
Look,
Foot here.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Sean's logging in. He's got his. I see him.
Nobody got that one right. That's incredible. So I probably wouldn't have got it either because I think I've seen it once, but it was a heart.
Oh.
One hearts are like this big.
So I think we're still.
Yeah, I haven't seen her.
No, right now Tony has 3, Wade has 2, and Sean has 3.
Okay. Okay, so here's.
I got the official.
Wade's got to get
score
this
here.
right, and everyone's got to get around for the bonus round. So, and then I might still have to go bonus round because if Tony and Sean tie, then I have to go through.
That's all right. We got plenty of questions.
Oh yeah. All right. Right down the Argento Alley.
Cool.
Whose forearm is cut off by the killer in Tenebrae 1982?
I need a name.
Just first name. Yep. I know it's tough, but just first name.
Oh my god.
That's a weird sex one.
No. I mean, Argento
Kinda.
does a lot of crazy. Yeah, he does a lot of crazy shit. But
I don't know.
Paul sounds like it'd be in an Argento film. So is it Paul?
Hold on.
he might have been the killer. I don't know. I don't remember.
an actual name, I'll take a stab at it.
Go ahead, just throw something out there. I'm gonna let you guys come back. Sean's like brunette lady.
Yeah.
It is female, so if you guys want to retry, just give a female name. Because I remember the scene.
And it is the 80s, so think of an 80s female name.
I never saw Timbre.
Oh, it's classic. I'm just blanking on the scene.
I know the scene, but I don't know her name. I don't know the character's name.
Yeah, it's tough.
Why do we have a counterfeit detector pen?
I don't know.
That's what I'm writing with.
Oh yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, I give up on this one.
Yeah, okay, no one got that right. But I love the Asian Ardential nod.
Carol?
No,
Oh.
Jane was the name of the character.
Jane, plain
I
Jane.
was close.
All right, let me see. I'm trying to find another good question here. I'm trying to make it a little easier. That was kind of a tough one.
I hate playing this against him because I love horror movies and films.
When we first played it, right? So I was down to my last pie. And the question I got, she almost refused me. She almost did not want to do it because it was so easy. She's like, what was the name of the black goat and the witch? I'm like, yes!
I need to win. And I'm like, no. I protest this game. Unacceptable.
Did you hear that thing about Black Phillip? He's lives on like a farm or something now because he was so rowdy on set that he's unworkable. He can't work with him. He's like unrowdy, too rowdy.
He's unacceptable for animal acting.
Yeah. I was like, that's awesome.
All right.
All right, he's got another one. All right.
So we'll try this for. It's really coming down to Sean and Tony. So Wade, sorry you missed this round, but
first round.
So for Sean and Tony,
you can still answer, Wade.
For what 1976 film did composer Jerry Goldsmith win an Oscar? This is a horror film.
1976.
Yep.
That's a good question.
I think Sean might know it.
Uh-oh, he's locking in.
But Wade might know it too.
But what if Wade gets it and Tony and Sean don't get it? Then Wade has 3, Tony has 3, and Sean has 3.
Wasn't Exorcist like 73?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Maybe so.
Method. The answer is actually The Omen.
So nobody got it?
Nobody got it.
All right, next question.
Another movie I own that I haven't seen.
You haven't seen The Omen?
Oh, Tony.
Tony!
I'm looking,
dude. They even made a remake for you. Come on.
Do it for Damien.
Tony,
that's the only part of the movies I know.
Yes.
You have to
That's
watch
the only part I
Omen
know.
by the time we film, or else you're banned from set.
Okay.
That's your loss, pal.
If you all get this wrong, I'm fucking ending the feed.
I'll
Right
watch
now.
it.
So, what is the name of the youngest Freeling child in Poltergeist 1982?
Well, Poltergeist is one of my favorite and least favorite movies, so like I can't.
Because of the clown scene.
The whole movie. I saw it once in like 19 whenever it came out, and then once when you and I watched it.
Let's see. Tony, correct. Wade, correct. Sean, wrong.
Oh yeah.
So well, actually, Tony got it right. So you is the winner.
Oh.
Tony, you win. Carol Ann is the winner.
That is one movie that
So you get this sweet ass, dude. If you like heavy metal,
Tony got the
this is good shit.
Sepultura.
So I will get your, I'll either through your email, whatever. You did get to the email, so I'll send you the, or you just give me your address and I'll send it out to you.
Okay.
But you might get more. So.
Yeah, you might. But wait, there's more.
But more.
Good
job, guys. That was a lot of fun.
I don't know if you guys love and hate Poltergeist as much as I do.
I love it.
I love it and I hate it.
The remake sucked balls.
So we're not talking about that. Like I watched it probably when I was way too young to see it. When did it come out?
82.
Yeah, I was maybe.
I was 12. It still
Like-
scared the shit out of me,
I probably watched it. Like my grandmother was so into horror.
especially the dude in the bathroom like tearing off his face. That was
Right.
fucking great.
My grandma, like, she's so into horror, so into Stephen King, so like, and I learned how to read from Stephen King books because I always had to be like in her face, and she's like, "I'm reading right now." I'm like, "Oh, let me help you read," because I thought I was like, and I'm reading about like fucking Carrie and it and everything that a 4-year-old and 5-year-old should not read, but with Poltergeist, I am positive my grandmother showed it to me and did not realize how much it would traumatize me. I watched it once when I was a kid, did not watch it ever again, and then maybe about a year or two ago, he pulls it out and we're watching it, and it fucked me up again. And I'm like, I don't know why this movie of all movies scares me more than anything.
And for everybody who's going to be watching, please link down for the Indigo project. Spiritboard is there.
Indiegogo?
Yeah, Indiegogo.
Indiegogo. Oh, God.
Indigo's better. It's the color.
Indigo. Yeah, it is
Indigo.
better. I agree. Way better. So yeah, I'll be putting that in the description as well at the end, as well as go visit Sean's site, Face Melt Features. You can get his stuff there.
How many days left is it for the Indigo?
I believe it is 24 days.
24
So,
days.
so this stuff's timed.
Yeah. So
So-
you
Will
get.
you
I
get
think you
any
get.
of it? If
What's
people donate, if you don't hit your goal, will you still get whatever you have received?
No, I said it to be flexible, so I will still get the money.
Thank
So-
God. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So I'm
Kickstarter is the only one. Kickstarter is
Yeah.
the only one that doesn't. If you don't reach the goal, you don't get the money.
With
That's
Indiegogo,
bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah.
So if you,
Yeah.
for anyone listening, if you want to start a Kickstarter, you should have the money already in you in like your bank account. So after day one, you can just donate to it, so you get your money, because you won't get a dime if you don't meet it penny for penny.
Or set your goal like really low.
Do you think Kickstarter maybe is more like a marketing scheme because it
Probably.
has like that popular name? Like
Mm.
they're like, "Oh, my Kickstarter got fully funded," and you're like, "Okay, great."
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of scamming going on in the the Kickstarter thing probably, but not me.
He's like, Sean and Wade are not scamming you. They are.
What about like GoFundMe or crowdfunding? Does that work the same way as Indiegogo?
Yeah,
Go-
it is. Yeah, but there is scams on GoFundMe. There's actually like a documentary called like The Big Scam or whatever that deals with like people saying that they're fake their illnesses and stuff like that. I think it's
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
I hear about this
Yeah.
shit all the time.
Yeah.
That is really depressing too. Like
Yeah.
I know I've donated for causes and stuff, and I'm like, are you supposed? I mean, as a human being, I would not think someone would be a liar and say, "Oh, I'm going through cancer treatment," or "My child is sick," or XYZ. But you never know. Like
Yeah.
nowadays,
Yeah.
So, what are some other things that you're doing to get your spirit board? I hate saying message because that's like, but what are you doing to get the spirit board message out there to the fans?
Well, I'm mainly just going through social media, people who already follow me and stuff. Yeah, that's the main thing. I'm just pumping it on my socials and hoping that people who supported me in the past will support me again. And I've definitely had some support from people who supported me in the past. So I say that's probably a good bit of what I've raised so far. We're at 22% currently. I need about 8. Well, yeah, I do need about 8,000. That would be best case scenario. So I have the budget I need plus a little flex space. Really, I do need pretty much every cent of that, especially since Indiegogo takes a cut. They take a cut out of it, and they also hold some of it I think it's the intention for holding is to help fulfill your physical perks. So I guess that's good in a way, but I could probably take care of that on my own. It's just I just mainly need the budget for the effects and the location and to feed the cast and crew.
What are some of the perks that are available for people who start funding you through Indiegogo?
So of course I have Blu-rays, DVDs, posters, digital downloads, all that fun stuff. There's also the simple thank you credit, which is only $5, and you get your name on IMDb. So that's always a good deal.
Right,
And,
you're accredited.
Right, and if 100 people donate $5, that's better than that's $500, and that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I have a lot of great stuff. Some of my higher end perks are I have I have some. You can get some special effects stuff. Like I could send you
A pint of blood.
Yeah, no, not quite. Screen use gore applications.
Oh, cool.
I can send I can send you one of the screen use prop weapons, and they're very reasonably priced. I think compared to some Indiegogos I've seen. You can have your photo. I can put your photo in the background of a scene. I can even use your music, a little snippet of your music.
That's cool.
You can have your voice in it. I have all kinds of ghostly whisper sort of. Sorry, I have all kinds of spaces in the film for ghostly whispers and ghostly wails and stuff. So that's one way to add your voice into it. I even have a fun. You can get a craft services credit.
So you send Boston Market to the crew. You get the craft.
Basically, yeah. It's a craft service credit. You'll get a credit for that, and I even have your brand, so you can there's product placement even. Of course, it's subtle. It's not like the Wayne's World thing, though. I should
Little
yellow different. Choice of a new generation. Or in this case, Heffen's Ice.
The choice of it.
Little, yellow, different.
I just felt bad corporate sponsorship. Oh my god.
My favorite perk that I think everyone should go for is I think it's only actually limited to I think is executive producer.
Oh,
you'll get a high five from both Shawn and myself, and Tony can high five too when he's there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's not just the executive producer; you get high fives from people.
You get 3 high fives and executive producer.
A high 15, if you will.
A high 15.
I just want to do a scene in your movie where I get to pet Dexter. Is that okay?
Chrissy's had Dexter for a while.
Dexter's chill, man. He's
11. He's an old boy. He's 11.
Oh.
She
but he's
puts
still spry
on him and stuff. Oh my god, that is Christy's baby.
All right, so this next
now
question
he's my son.
He's your son now.
My baby.
Hey, dude, is that a Norwegian?
He might be.
Looks like a Norwegian forest cat. That's beautiful.
He's probably mixed with something. He's probably mixed with that. Maybe some Maine Coon. I don't know, but he's a big guy.
Yeah, the Norwegian forest cats are huge.
How is it that all of us are cat people? How does that happen?
Maybe they're awesome.
Maybe cats love horror.
I think you're right, because cats are little murderers. They're look, a mouse, I must eat it. Oh, look, a bird.
Are you going downstairs? I'll just trip you.
Yeah.
And what is the most what cat is the most portrayed in horror?
The black cat?
This one right here.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what, poet? You can kiss my ass.
Wait, is he trolling us on a horror?
Yeah, he's trolling us. What's up, my boy? All right. For Shawn and Wade, this question is for you. When coming with a concept for a movie, do you guys research the subject at all, or is it just a creative process that you just do on your own?
I would say it's just it's sort of what do you mean by research?
Well, let's say.
So are you personally going out murdering people?
No. So, okay, let's say you're going to do a movie on witchcraft. Are you going to kind of research the topic at all, or is it just okay, I got this story in my head, I'm just going to go with that?
It's probably a little bit of both. I would definitely lean more towards story in my head, other than try to stick to hard facts necessarily. Because at the end of the day, I want to make a fun, entertaining movie, not necessarily what am I thinking of? like an essay or something about witchcraft. You know, I would tell a story about witches doing witch things. I would probably try to look into some of the some things about witchcraft, some history. I probably would look into it a little bit, but I mainly just go sort of from the gut with when I write stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm sort of like on a different subject. I'm sort of like a kill guy, like a gore guy, a things happening guy. So for me, when I write something, I tend to a lot of the times will just like focus on like getting all of the main plot points, like the main kills and stuff, and then I'll sort of flesh it out later. Sometimes I'll even ask Wade and be like, "Hey man, these characters are kind of."
So basically, if I came in as a writer, and I said, "Yeah, you know, I'm gonna this to be a little bit more atmospheric." So Shawn, I want this, and he goes, "Yeah, but when does somebody die?"
Yeah, we
no,
need
but
someone
Shawn,
to
I need
die.
this. No, but when did they die? I need to know how they died. I'm like,
I think that's the plot. What works with Shawn and I is he's good at doing the atmosphere and like the kills, building up the kills, and I like the character stuff, and I like building that stuff more because I like when there's characters where like you watch a slasher, the final girl or the characters are important, and if you don't care about the final girl, you're not going to care at all.
You're not going to care at all. You're right.
For me, I think it's a little bit of both. But I think the biggest rule is as long as it follows rules you set in the movie or in the film or a TV show or whatever, as long as you set the rules and you follow those rules, like this is how this witchcraft is supposed to work, or how like a vampire movie is. Like we were watching The Wolfman for Halloween, and there's a scene in The Wolfman where they have a pentagram in their palm of their hand. That's not in any other Wolfman werewolf movie I've seen.
Nothing to do with the Wolfman.
Actually,
but it's in the.
What was that? Just real quick, what movie was that?
Oh, it's the original Wolfman.
Oh, okay, because I remember. It's kind of weird you mentioned that because I remember a werewolf series in the '80s called Werewolf, and the guy had a pentagram in his hand. So
Yeah, it's like the pentagram. It's like the pentagram is like a vision of who the next victim is, and I've never seen it done in any other movie, but like. They set the rules there, and they followed the rules in there. If you start breaking the rules, then your movie's kind of like going to fall apart, in my opinion.
So, are you guys like, so this is such a nerdy thing. Are you guys like more team vampire or team werewolf?
I'm team werewolf. I'm sorry, team vampire.
I'm vampire.
I mean, I also think there's better movies. There's Near Dark. There's Fright Night. There's
The Lost Boys?
The Lost Boys, Dracula, Nosferatu, all that. They also have the best Draculas. I mean, Christopher Lee, Bela Lugosi, you know.
Let's face it, you like Twilight. Come on.
Also, 30 Days a Night. I mean, it's an okay movie, but the plot is frightening of like they're in Alaska and it's nighttime all the time. And they're scary vampires. So
They are.
I just feel like there's more... You could pull the taffy more with vampires.
So what do you feel like the way that vampires, because he made the joke about Twilight, but how are you feeling where they're kind of like bending the rules now in some kind of even, what is it, the Vampire Diaries and like some of the more teeny bopper like vampire shows, they're like bending the rules more. They're kind of...
Because they want to romanticize it.
Exactly. And it is a very romanticized villain overall, but I feel like sometimes, they're taking too many liberties because, come on now, like in Twilight, we all know they sparkle. They're not, destroyed by sunlight. So that's kind of weird. I feel like in everything that's coming out that's a little bit more modern with vampires, they're taking more liberties. And I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I mean, it matters on the audience. I mean, Twilight's obviously young adults, and
yes, it's meant.
You can't have Robert Pattinson. What was his name? Was it Edward?
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
You got it right.
I don't know if it was Jacob or Edward. But Edward. He can't go to high school at nighttime. It has to be in the day. So I feel like they changed the rules for the plot. As long as they follow the rules inside of their world, I guess. But I mean, it's whatever. It's melodramatic.
Forks is like Seattle, where it just rains mostly and it's cloudy. So that's
how they worked it in. So
that's how they worked it in.
Couldn't do it in California.
Yeah, you couldn't do it somewhere where it's like, sunny 24/7. But I just found it interesting because, again, with my grandma, who is the horror queen, God bless her, she is the one who turned me into a horror lover. I grew, and granted, I just want to preface this, like, she passed away in 1992 and I was only 12. So she gave me her horror influence for only 12 years. And all we were doing were, reading about Anne Rice's vampires.
80 to 92 was a glory years of horror. Man.
Exactly. So we're like reading about, she was reading Interview with the Vampire before the movie even came out. And I was always like, she was my book club. Like, she's who got me into reading, and we're reading Interview with the Vampire. And I'm sure I read things that were way too mature for myself when I was only like 10 to 12. But when Twilight came out, I got the book and I was like, they wrote it, like, the book itself is better than the movie, which is really cliche, and Twilight is cliche. But I was like, this book is actually kind of sad. Like, I was kind of, but then, like, they went really over the top with the other movies. But I was just wondering how everybody felt, how you were taking all the vampire things and kind of bending them. And
did you guys see The Last Voyage of Demeter?
Yes.
It's in my watch list. I've not seen it yet.
That's good. Yeah.
It's got Davos in it, so I'm gonna like it, I think.
Yes. And we actually went to the theater to see it, and it was kind of one of our what would happen? Like, we just said we're going to see this. Like, it was just like a spur of the moment, it's
well, I'm a big fan of Dracula, and 1992 Coppola's version was really great.
One.
So
that was a good one.
I thought it was very interesting to take the whole like trip from
It's like they took that whole chapter out of the book and turned it into a movie, and they did an amazing job.
Was it better than Renfield?
Yes. By miles. We did see Renfield. I went into Renfield thinking I might laugh on it.
I had such expectations for Renfield, and then
I thought it was funny.
I had a couple moments, but like, you can watch the trailer and that would be all the moments.
I think the problem is Awkwafina did not have to be in the movie at all.
Right.
Which one's Awkwafina?
I haven't seen it yet. I like her.
Well, I'm going to move on to my third underrated film.
Oh! I thought we were starting. Oh, sorry.
We're almost there. So this is my third movie that I think people need to check out. If you haven't, this is another one I discovered through Shudder, and no one talks about it now. Granted, I did see on the back it says, "In the spirit of Peter Jackson's earliest work," so he's probably like Bad Taste, or maybe I think he did Dead or Alive, right? Was that him?
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive, yeah.
So it's a movie called Ghost Killers versus Bloody Mary. And this film is fucking hilarious.
It's really, really good. If you haven't seen it,
so the plot is
so good.
4 YouTubers with expertise in supernatural things are seeking recognition from the audience while solving the urban legend of Bathroom Blonde Case, the spirit that haunts the school's bathroom in Brazil.
They're ghost hunters.
Now, just the scene that kind of makes me laugh all the time is like Bloody Mary herself is funny as how she's killing people, but at first I didn't notice it, but I don't know if you can see it here, but she's got like tampons in her nose to keep the blood from.
Oh, jeez.
But it is a fun time, dude. Like, if you guys like just cheesy, great horror,
and it's gory.
It's gory as fuck, dude. Like, and there's some scenes in there that just kind of like, oh wow, they went there. That's awesome. I love that shit.
And we did. We caught it on Shudder. We saw one of the trailers or whatever. So we're like, oh, let's watch this movie. And we're like, this exceeded our expectations like tenfold.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have seen it. Probably not, because it's really under the radar.
I'll check it out.
Not, but I'll definitely. That's amazing.
Wait, Shawn, what?
Tony has everything. He just doesn't watch it.
I never heard of this film.
I don't have everything.
I never heard of that.
Look at Tony. He looks like he's a ghost right now.
Yeah.
I don't have everything. Just everything I haven't seen.
All right.
All right, round 2.
Round 2 of the second trivia run. Now, if you're in the chat, you can join in if you'd like.
That would
Hit
be
the answers up in there. We'll
for
let Ed-
Showtime Demon.
if he's there. So I've had this for a while. I do enjoy this film. It's not the ultimate classic among the other ones, but if you are a fan, this is up for the offering. Halloween 2, the original one. It's in great condition, as I
It
said.
has been stored meticulously in Rubbermaid totes.
Yep.
It has not been exposed to UV light or moisture.
It's not been ruined.
It has not been ruined.
So let's start with our first question, and that is, and it's right up our alley a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In the Toho Godzilla film series, 1954 to 1975, what is the name of Godzilla's son?
I know. Me, I know.
And like usual, just go in your chat, and we'll see how it is.
All right, we got. Are we locking it in?
Yep, they're locking it in.
Tony.
I don't know it. I know what he looks like.
Wow. All right. So the correct, there is 2 correct answers for this, but both Wade and Sean got it. It's either Minya or Manila. So they did get that. Tony did not, unfortunately.
What did Tony say?
Dickhead.
We call him that though.
He's about as useful as Mothra.
What about?
Whoa.
Necco's going to kick you out of the stream for that.
What about
Right
Godzilla's
now.
second son from
What's
the
that?
90s? What about Godzilla's
Yeah, there
second
is
son from the
one
90s?
where he actually looks like the smaller version of Godzilla, which is much better.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, but that one. What's the one movie where Manila's just like running around with his arms all around like?
Fucking idiot. Dickhead. That's what we call
Dickhead,
him.
like a dickhead.
All right. This one is actually kind of easy, I think. What type of store does the killer murder his victims in Intruder, 1989?
What type of store?
What type of store?
Like
It's what it, like, what I can't say it because,
it could be like a grocery store, a lumber yard, a bank. Okay.
And the answer is grocery store, and all 3 of them got it right.
Holy balls!
I love Intruder. That's one of my favorites.
Has a cameo by Bruce Campbell, in fact.
All right, so right now Tony has 1, Wade has 2, Sean has 2.
I just recently saw Intruder as well. Well,
Yeah, I
for the
probably
first
saw
time.
like
I liked
maybe 2 years ago. I also saw The Prowler a couple of years ago, and I really love that film. That's really underrated for me. That film. All right, we are on to this one. This will be happy for Neko.
Okay.
In what room did the townspeople burn Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984?
There are 2 acceptable answers, even if the card says something else. I'll give you 2 acceptable answers.
What was
the question?
Okay, the question is, in what room did the townspeople burn Freddy Krueger in A Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984? So far, Sean, Wade.
Yeah, I thought you meant like a room number for a minute. Like, it wasn't
All 3 got it
hotel.
right. It's a boiler room. Yep.
I would have accepted basement as well, but
Well, it's a boiler room because
Yeah.
that's what they talk about. So you'd be wrong.
They don't keep boilers in a kitchen.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Okay.
sorry, Tony has 2, Wade has 3, Sean has 3.
Yep.
All right, this could get dangerous.
What Superman 1978 actress was also in Black Christmas 1974?
Oh, that was a good movie.
I know who, but I don't know her name. Their name.
They do call you Tony of the Dead, right?
Yeah,
I feel
Tony.
like
Oh, man.
I might have spelled her name wrong.
My text is a little messed up there, but I think you can figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously seen what they wrote. That's who I was thinking, but I don't know if I should write that. Seems like I'm cheating.
Write it.
Yeah, you'd be kind of piggybacking now.
Yeah.
All right. It is Margot Kidder.
All right, so Margot Kidder.
So it's going to be Sean and Wade got it, but Tony did not.
Uh-oh.
Margot Kidder was hot back then.
Wait a minute. So
my problem with that film, though, is that none of the actresses really looked like college students.
That was my biggest problem.
That's a lot of movies, though.
Yeah.
True. But let me ask you this, because they've done it a couple times since then. So I actually enjoyed the 2006 version of the film. Did you guys enjoy that at all?
Yeah, I like all the Black Christmases except for the new one.
I didn't see the newest one. Yeah,
The new one's a little pandery, I think.
Yeah,
and a little bit too hit you over the head with the themes.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoy that 2000s one though.
Okay, cool. All right.
I haven't seen them. Listen, I started watching it one time, and I think my son was in the room, and I was like, no, I shouldn't watch this.
That's not appropriate. I understand.
I got as far as the very beginning with the bag on the face. That's as far as I got.
There's a lot of rape, yes.
Yeah, so.
Oh my God.
But that was 9 years ago. I have no excuse.
You're killing me, Small.
It's almost Christmas time. You can do it now.
Yeah, now's a good time. It's a Christmas movie.
You could do your
do it for all the kids.
You could do your month of dark Christmas.
No, I don't want to do that.
All right, so Tony's got 2, Wade's got 4, Sean's got 4.
Yeah, it's really coming down to them. So now we are to the last question. I know they're gonna love this. All right, and I didn't even really know this myself, so they probably will. At what university are the characters in Evil Dead students? 1981.
Oh shit! I don't know that myself, and I love that movie.
There must be a shirt they're wearing or something, because I did not even notice.
Oh,
I'm just gonna take a guess. I don't know.
I'm just guessing a state.
Technically, nobody got it, but I'm going to give it to Sean because it's the University of Michigan State.
Oh.
Michigan State Spartans.
But he was very fucking close, so you will win this, my friend.
So Sean wins.
Oh, thanks.
Yep.
Halloween 2.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so we got that down. That's good. You guys are doing good. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, drive-through.
All right, let's go back into the questions here. Now, obviously, Wade, you're in the band. Tony, I know you like rock and metal. Of course, Sean, you do too, and we love rock and metal here at Metal Talk Radio. So, Sean, how much does music play into your thought process for filming?
Not too much, to be honest. For me, the music sort of comes in the post-production phase. I don't really, when I'm actually like writing and filming, it doesn't really come. If I happen to have a score beforehand, but I never do, then I might, it might affect how things work. But yeah, for me, it's music doesn't really affect my process too much until after filming is finished into the post-production phase.
So you try to take something to work with what you've already put together. Like you're not putting something to music.
Yeah,
correct?
basically I send the finished cut to the composer and he composes it. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
I think creatively I do it for background noise. Just like if I'm like writing in a zone or writing something really dark, like kind of stuff, I'll probably, I know I wrote one scene like years ago where I just listened to death, scream, bloody gore over and over and over again because I wanted that. I had a shot of like these kind of like ghoulish figures. They're like a cult, and their cover is a cult. So I'm like, listen to that. Or if it's like I'm on a mood, it's just usually how I'm feeling the mood. If I need some synth wave, I'll put some synth wave in. If I want some death rock, I'll put some death rock in. It doesn't really. It's more just to get the creative juices flowing more than actually putting a movie around it.
Yeah. See, it's so weird because like I obviously I'm not a writer or director or anything, but
music affects everybody's mood.
Well, I mean, for me, like if I'm reading a book, let's say if I'm reading Stephen King book, or I used to write like fictional stories just out of the blue for myself. I would always think in my head, like, okay, what would sound great to what I'm writing? Like, and I guess you guys don't really follow that process, but I was just
because they've already done the writing.
right.
So they're writing and they're creating the world for you,
Mhm.
who is the consumer. And that's the whole idea. Like, they're trying to make it so creative, and that's a good thing, because when you're consuming it, Stephen King or whoever you're reading, you're like, wow, you're reading your book, you're like, this scene is amazing, and you're just going in your head. And I think that's like 90% of what you want to do as a writer, just to be able to go like, listen, I want to create something that is so impactful that the person who is watching, reading, listening, etc., can kind of like get into the world and just totally immerse themselves.
Now, there's one project that I did do that I feel like I did have to listen to stuff. I did a short film. I wrote and directed a short film called, cheap plug, Butterfly Black Velvet, right here. It's Giallo inspired, 30-minute short. So I was listening to a lot of Goblin, and I knew the composer, Jen Tonin. You can get the score on Spotify and Bandcamp. I just told her I want John Carpenter and Goblin. She's like, I got you, fam. I got you. So I feel like I think Shawn does the same thing where, we know we're going to give it to someone to score it.
Yeah.
We want them to have their own creative freedom too. Just give them a direction and they can go in that direction. Like for Matt Cannon, I'm sure, Shawn, you said 80s slasher.
Yep.
And that's what Matt Cannon did, a great score. One of my favorite scores.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and when I go to have him score Spiritboard, I'm gonna say Fabio Frizzi.
Tony, how often do you sit and listen to music, man? I know you're a fan, but I don't know how often you go to concerts or anything like that.
Well, I haven't really gone to a concert in a long time, but I listen to music every day.
That's cool.
I have my playlists and stuff on Spotify, but I also mostly go on YouTube, and like I have my lists on there as well. And like sometimes I'm in the mood to listen to this straight through, and then other times it's like I'll skip the King Diamond today, and I'll listen to something else. So it just depends.
Never skip the King.
No.
But do you guys sometimes feel like with the advent of AI and all of the like trackers and cookies and stuff, when you're trying to like look at stuff or research things, or you're on YouTube, I sometimes feel like they can get in my brain, and sometimes I'm like, God, I'm 43 now, and I try to go back 20 years or plus when I'm young and going out to the clubs, and I'm like, oh, early 2000s music, and then I get nothing but crap like all through my feed. Do you guys ever run into that? Like, AI is just too smart for me, maybe.
Sometimes I like what they suggest, though. So I found a lot of new music that way.
Oh, really? That's really cool, because most of the time I'm getting, now granted, I am a big fan of all types of music, note anything. But I sometimes just go down the rabbit hole and I'm like, oh, what was I listening to back in 2002? And it's like, oh, look, Chris Brown. And I'm like,
I think one of the most egregious is like punk rock. If you want to listen to like punk, like a playlist, especially like new punk today, it's just going to play like music that's not punk at all. It's like synth pop. It's like, this is not punk. What? I think it's more of like just, you listen to this band, so let's shoehorn 5 other bands.
and how does that algorithm work? Because, do you think it's because they're sponsored, or like they're like, oh, okay, you like punk, but maybe you like some random other band that has some like drums in it, maybe, or I have
think
no
it's-
idea.
I think it's more like what kind of genre it is. Like, do they like let's say Chris Brown randomly. Let's just say that name.
Yeah,
as an
randomly.
example. Let's just say someone just put in their tags punk. Because their perception of punk is breaking the rules or something like that. I don't think Chris Brown breaks rules. But
Oh, he does. He breaks a lot of rules.
they see like one word, maybe it's in their lyrics or whatever. I don't know. I don't think they understand the algorithm as much.
I think we're in a dystopian future.
Uh-oh. Are you ready for the Hunger Games?
Well, before we
one
get
step
to
away.
the third trivia run.
Oh wait, he wants to trivia you guys. We're
Not yet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got my fourth underrated movie.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So from 1981, I discovered this about 2 or 3 years ago, and it kind of blew my mind. It's Possession,
It was not
starring
bad.
Sam Neill.
Yes.
And,
That was not bad.
Yes.
Great movie.
It's called A Woman Starts Exhibiting Increasingly Disturbing Behavior After Asking Her Husband for a Divorce. Suspicions of infidelity soon give way to something much more sinister. And it was kind of
So
interesting
good.
because when you and I were watching the scene with her in the tunnel or whatever, you were coming up with some alternate theories of what was actually going on.
Yeah, that.
The eggs were bad.
Yeah. Yeah, so like it's kind of cool because now I see people kind of talking about it more, and I'm like, this is good because this needs to be seen. Like
I find it interesting because a lot of people don't know much about Sam Neill beyond like Jurassic Park, right?
Event Horizon.
Or Event Horizon, and you know when you see this movie, he is acting his ass off, and like everything that happens, I always felt like in this movie was almost like her bringing it to reality. And that was my feelings on everything. Every time something happened, everything was like insanity. But Sam Neill, man, he was like super loyal to her. If you haven't seen this movie out there in the internet world, or
if you
you
want
guys
creature horror and fucking creature sex.
okay, so it's creature horror, creature sex, it's fucking subliminal messages. It is, you know, mind fucking. You have to figure out like everything that's going on, and then like it's also a lot of emotional drama and trauma. And I like there were many times where I'm like, this movie kind of blew me away. Maybe I am putting it too high on a pedestal, but I've only watched it maybe twice. And both watches, I'm like, dude, what is happening here versus what is happening here? And then you've got Sam and his wife and the whole nonsense going on with the other stuff, and you got the kid, but then there's also like the family trauma, and I feel like a lot of that has manifested, and I'm like, yep.
I think it's on Shudder now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
'Cause it was hard to get and to watch for a while.
Exactly.
So now everyone can watch it now.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
I think I watched it downloaded or something the first time I watched it.
Actually, I
saw it in
think
theater.
I saw it on YouTube. I think I found a link and I was like, I gotta watch this because everybody's talking about it. And it's like I gotta find it. That's so good. All right, third trivia round.
Oh shit! All right, so we've got Tony who won round 1.
Well, those don't matter. We are on a whole.
Wait a minute, but Sean. All right, so Tony won.
So Tony won the Sepultura.
And Sean won
Halloween,
Halloween.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So now we are on our next round.
And man, it's so interesting about this
This is
film.
a good.
Yeah, this whenever I get on YouTube and they have this series on there, I'm like, why is this not on there? Why is it so hard? And I forgot why someone explained to me why it's not. So it's tough letting it go, but it is an original pressing of Phantasm 2.
Nice.
And, it's my favorite of the series. And
Tony's like, I already got it. I've got it on my wall somewhere. I haven't never watched it.
Now if it was Ravager, you can keep it.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. For some reason, whenever you see like them promoting it or whatever, it has everyone except this one. And I
I
forgot
think
it
it's
has
a
something to
rights
do with
issue.
yeah. It was very interesting. I'm like, wow, that's crazy because that's like my favorite. So, all
It's
right.
great. It's definitely one of my favorite of the series too.
Yeah,
Awesome.
me too. Me too.
See, good minds.
We
think
are
alike.
all. We're here like this.
All right. This is going to go up Wade's alley. So
Uh-oh.
here we go.
Get ready, Wade.
First one. It's actually fucking easy as hell, but
I mean,
30 Days a Night, 2007, is set in what American state?
Uh-oh. Lock it in.
Lock and load.
Lock it in. All right.
And for those in chat, you can play along, so you can compete for this
You
VHS.
hear that?
Yes.
You hear that, Steelers demon?
If he's there.
Showtime demon? I'm sorry.
Boom.
It's not Pennsylvania Steelers, demon.
Right. All right, so Wade, Sean, and Tony all got it right.
My
Alaska
goodness.
is the correct answer. Good start for all of them.
Here's a question for everybody.
Sure.
What do you like better? Horror movies set around Halloween or horror movies set around Christmas?
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Really? I was gonna say Christmas time because I love blood in the snow. You
That's
know,
a
Yeah.
really good point.
it's so like nice.
Hey,
Plus
technically,
pumpkins.
we're such horror fans. I can go all year long. If Halloween lasted all year, I wouldn't care.
No, but
Well, I
that's
shouldn't
a
say
really good point because like the white and red contrast is beautiful.
I should have said October, not necessarily Halloween, like October to fall or snow. Maybe I should have said that, not Christmas. But I would say snow.
No, you're 100% right. Like
Dead
snow with dead snow
The Nazis.
with
That's a good one.
Yeah. Nazi
day I will-
zombies.
One day I'll
Right.
have a snowy horror film. One day.
Well,
Right.
it snowed while we were.
Well, 30
filming.
Days a Night is pretty much snowy.
no. Sean said he's
I like
gonna
the
do one.
concept too. Like they're all just kind of like sitting under the snow for all that time.
What if Sean? What if we got like a snowball stand to just make us a bunch of ice, and then you could have your snow.
Hey, it might
So
work.
I know a lot of fake snow is not real ice. It's kind of like
Sean, here we go. Here's the idea. The Christmas movie we're going to do is going to be called Christmas Slaycation. There you go.
Vacation.
Okay, I
Good
like
job.
that.
Like
good.
that.
All right,
Get an
already
extra point
copyright.
for that, Wade.
Copyright. Yep.
Y'all went the round already?
All right. Second question. What is the name of the pub that protagonist David Kessler visits at the start of American Wolf in London,
I don't know.
1981? They're all like, I know this. Oh, they're going to get it. They're going to get
The
it.
place where people drink.
Right. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Sometimes
I-
you wanna go.
I think.
I just said a British. Manchester.
Damn.
Manchester.
I cannot.
I was
think
gonna
of it.
I was gonna say the Winchester, but that's Shaun of the Dead.
That's Shaun of the Dead.
No, I can picture the sign. I can't
Has
see the
Sean made a
words.
guess yet?
Yeah, me too. I can picture the sign, but I can't see the words. I don't know. I can't. Come
It
up with
says.
No guess, Sean?
No, I can't come up with it.
Okay. Tony was really close.
Oh, so he'll get a half a point?
Well, he'll get the point because he's it's called the slaughtered lamb.
Oh,
Slaughtered lamb. Slaughtered.
Yep.
Okay.
So good job, Tony. You're up. So he's got 2-1 on the other guys.
Well, I gave Wade a point
Yeah.
because he got the other thing right.
Which one?
Hold on, I should get a half point because I got recently deceased on Beetlejuice, if that's the rule.
That's what I said.
Well, you should have told me that like ages ago.
So Tony's got 2, Wade's got 2, Sean's got 1.
Well, Wade said Manchester.
That was from the last one.
No. It's only in this one. So it's 2-1-1.
No, 2-2-1.
No, they all got the first question right. It was all Alaska.
Yes.
Now the second question.
And then I said I'm giving him a bonus
No,
point.
you
for-
can't,
I
though,
can't give a
because-
bonus
no.
point.
I love the idea of a bonus point. I love this idea.
Oh man.
The pity point.
Man. Killing me.
He said something I forgot what I liked, but he got a bonus.
All right. Third question. What actor from The Office portrayed one of the protagonists in House of a Thousand Corpses 2003?
Tony, if you don't know this,
You'll know it. You'll know it.
You said the actor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Do I get an extra point if I say what character?
You know what?
I said anyway.
Oh, from The Office?
Yeah.
I got you. All three got it right. Rainn Wilson.
That was his name in the.
There you go. He's got the character there.
Remember?
is that
Oh,
wait, is that the one I sent you?
Yep.
yeah. I do have to share this a little bit because I collect figurines too a little bit. So Missy found this for me. It's Ash from Evil Dead.
Oh,
And he
nice.
has like alternating hands.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then of course
I really
I'm
wanna
a
pick up
werewolf
that one.
guy, so I've got my Howling. I know it's kind of in the box still, but
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we don't take them out because
a
you know
little bit. And of course, finally, my American Werewolf in London.
that's a really good one. That's like a
Ooh,
whole diorama.
Yeah.
Show them the side picture, not that one. The other side. Yeah, show them that
Check
one.
it out of the box.
Oh, don't. So it's funny. The Dwight Schrute that I sent to Tony, I actually found at like a discount store.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, Tony would love this.
So what's the score?
All right, so Tony has 3, Wade has 2, and Sean has 2.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We are number
We're
4.
neck and neck again.
All right. Okay, so unused footage from what Stanley Kubrick film was used in a theatrical cut of Blade Runner 1982? So there was footage from a Stanley Kubrick film used in that film, Blade Runner.
Uh-oh.
I thought you to get harder as you go along.
Is that a horror question though?
Yeah, it is actually.
Oh,
Uh,
I must pick the wrong one though.
In fact, yeah, you guys can. It's all right. So you guys locked in?
Yeah.
Do you want a second chance?
They all changed. Shining is the answer. Yep.
There you go. Who got it?
All of them.
Oh.
All right.
I was
It
actually
started
thinking.
out a little slow, but they got it.
So Tony has 4, Wade has 3, Sean has 3.
Okay.
All right, this is
So
neck and
if
neck.
Tony gets this last one, man, he's gonna win it. If
Or
not,
if not, we're gonna get tied.
yep. All right. What color am I on? Here we go.
white.
What?
This is gonna be a tough one.
Creamy. You're creamy.
All right. In Dead Silence, 2007.
I love that silence.
Who is the
I hate
dead ventriloquist who cuts out people's tongues when they scream?
Wait. The actor or the name of the character?
The name of the character.
I don't know the name of the character, motherfucker.
But you're not even playing.
I am playing.
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
It's
Oh my
awful.
God,
I
it's-
hate fucking ventriloquist puppets.
I remember when that movie came out back in the day. And it was like, no, I haven't seen it then, but like I heard nothing but bad things about it. And then Scream Factory puts it out and everybody's buying it for $30. I thought, what the hell? I thought this movie sucks.
I can't watch it.
I have a DVD.
I'm going to guess and say Mary Shaw.
Yeah, nice bandwagon there, buddy.
Jeez,
You were a little bit delayed, so I'm going to give this to Wade and Sean. So that's going to tie everybody up.
Yep.
It is a 3-way tie.
I mean, I could picture the cover if that counts for half a point.
It's actually quite disturbing.
Yeah, that's a cover.
So now we are
But
going.
imagine a Charlie McCarthy doll.
Well, what?
Charlie McCarthy is the original like ventriloquist dummy.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he's
yeah,
the
yeah.
one who came up with the monocle and the crazy eyebrows and stuff.
Duh.
We want to go with.
Duh.
Everyone knows that. Anubis.
That's also my nightmare, has ventriloquist dummy. Oh my god.
Dolls in general are pretty creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are, man. Yes, they are.
I had
But if
this
you get
doll
killed by one, it's your own damn fault.
when I was a kid. I had this doll. Her name was Cricket, and you put a cassette tape in the back of her, and you press play, and she would sing and talk, and her eyes would move. And my dad hated that doll. He would throw a blanket over her, and I'm like, "Oh, I love Cricket. She's my favorite friend in the whole world." And my dad's like, "That fucking doll is possessed." But literally, this was a doll marketed to children. And you had a cassette, and she sang, and you had books and stuff, but her eyes would be like this.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, he's got another. Okay.
They might.
Maybe I'll make a movie about that.
Cricket.
Man.
What did the mob cover Daniel Robitaille with before he died in Candyman 2: Farewell to the Flesh?
I know.
Say it again.
So, what did the mob cover Daniel Robitaille with before he died in Candyman 2: Farewell to the Flesh? So basically, how did he die?
Never seen Candyman 2, but
I never did either, but that's the
I'm
first
gonna
thing I thought.
assume.
Yeah. Me either.
They all got it.
Is that?
So we're
We
still
have
going.
a 5-way tie.
We're still going.
Sorry. All right.
That sounded like the most logical answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the bees. Nope, never seen it. Just seen that part.
Might be.
Oh, is this it? Is this?
Oh, this might be a good one.
Is this the one that'll separate the men from the boys?
Maybe.
Oh wait, Jedi Grand Val's on. Hey, my Metal Tavern family just dropped in to say hi, and I hope you have an excellent night. Love you.
Thanks, Jedi.
Hey Jedi, we love you.
Thanks for stopping by, brother. All right.
I don't know how to put it up because
You can't.
my computer froze.
All right.
It was up.
It was up, yeah.
Okay. Who directed the Grindhouse 2007 fake trailer for Werewolf Women of the SS?
Ooh. All right, I got my counterfeit pen ready to take the tally.
I think because the time passed, I know who's going to get it already.
Well, someone's probably going to get it because I don't know.
I don't
Who
either.
directed that short?
Wade, you are the winner, sir. Rob Zombie.
Wade!
Oh,
It's the most Rob Zombie idea ever.
Yeah.
So Wade, what did you win? Halloween 2?
No, he won
Phantasm.
Phantasm 2.
Phantasm 2.
Yep. They've each won one. That's pretty cool.
I'm keeping very accurate score of what's happening here. So we've got Tony. He won the Sepultura video, original from Brazil. VHS.
From Brazil, but yeah.
Shawn won the Halloween 2 VHS, and Wade has won Phantasm 2.
Yeah.
All right.
One.
She kind of made it sound like my prize was the best, didn't she?
Well, I like to say Sepultura with my really bad Spanish.
Tony, this is the Brazilian Phantasm 2. Come on.
I know. That actually might be cool.
Back to some questions for you guys. For the whole panel here, we'll just go around the room. And this is kind of funny because it comes back to Tony a little bit.
Oh, no.
Do you all feel that the docu-horror shaky cam type of film has jumped the shark? Tony, let's start with you.
What does jump the shark mean? Like disappear?
Like, is it overdone? Is it kind of something that people don't really care about anymore?
I think it was overdone. I think it's died down so that it's not all over in your face as much. But I think it's died down. But I wouldn't say it's gone.
So you still think it's viable for the audiences?
Yeah, I think so.
With ever evolving technology, I mean, yeah, I'm in the same boat as Tony. I think technology is going to evolve to where there's new different mediums and stuff like that, to where you can revive it as much as you want.
Right.
to go with the times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. It was definitely overdone a bit in like the 2000s and stuff when right after Blair Witch Project came out, like everyone was doing found footage. It was definitely a little overdone in that time period, but it has sort of mellowed out, and now we have there are not as many years coming out nowadays, and the ones that are coming out are maybe a little higher quality maybe than some of the ones that came out in that span of like when everyone was doing them.
Mhm.
Right.
Did anyone see Deadstream? That was on Shudder. I thought that was pretty fun.
Not
I
yet.
haven't seen it. No.
It's like a live streamer goes into a haunted house, and he got canceled, and he's trying to like go through this haunted house as a dare to like revive his career. It was pretty fun. It's on Shudder.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I think I was going to put that on my list. I did see the Hell House stuff, the LLC stuff. That seems pretty cool.
That's the one that's not far from me. It's like where Mahoning is. It's down there.
Yeah.
And I want to see the new one.
Yeah, it's on Shudder, so I started watching, but I fell asleep, so I have to go back.
The original Hell House is one of my favorites of the not just because it's like a local thing, but like it actually freaked me out.
Yeah.
The sequels are good, but they're not as good as the original.
Right.
But
well, it's the newest one I think is like an origin film, so it's
yeah. I do want to see that one where it takes place underwater in a house underwater. I forget what it's called, but
I think it's like the something lake house maybe.
Something like that. That I mean, deep underwater and found footage. That's like two fucking things that scared the shit out of me right there.
Right.
Yeah, if you think of the name, let me know because that does sound pretty cool.
I have it added to one of my lists, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's something like Lake House or Deep House. It's something along those lines.
Yeah, it's Deep House, something like that. Yeah. But that was cool.
This next question is for Shawn. Now, Wade, he might yell at you. I don't know what your answer is going to be, but when it comes to filmmaking, what matters most? Acting, scenery, special effects, or writing?
All those things matter pretty much equally. I don't think there's any one of them that's necessarily more important than the others. I would say in horror, special effects might take a slight edge just because if you have bad acting or bad writing, if you can get a really cool effect out of it, then it's still worth watching in a way. But I think all of them should take equal importance. You shouldn't strive to put one of those on the back burner. You should try to keep them all about even in importance when you're making a movie.
I think it's down to two for me. I think it's between acting and writing. Acting, they got to deliver your vision. But with writing, you need a good skeleton. You need a good roadmap on where you're going in the film. I think that's what holds everything together. If you have a script that's nonsensical and there's pages all over the place and it's unorganized or just messy,
we're going to go visit the fairies. You're like, I get it.
It's going to be hard to navigate through it, and it's going to be hard for the actors to navigate through it, and also the special effects go through there. So I feel like writing, just in general, the plot is the biggest important thing in a film.
Well, yeah.
Right.
So I have a question for all of you. There are so many horror movies that kind of borderline on that thriller, and it's like a razor sharp edge, especially my favorite movie, The Silence of the Lambs. You're like, this is not what you're saying, typically it's going to scare you, but it could scare you, and it's also so cerebral at the same time. What kind of movies for you are, I don't want to say more inspirational, but just in general, do you kind of surround yourself with?
David Lynch films. Mulholland Drive will just mess you up. when you watch it for the first time, messes you up. Lost Highway will mess you up and make you really like, how is he thinking about this stuff?
David Lynch is nuts, dude. Wild at Heart is like one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
It's just so nuts.
And I think sometimes having that little like borderline between, this is a horror, this is, a little bit of psychological thriller type thing can kind of like play with you. It's scary, but you may not know why right away. And that's kind of like, as a viewer, a nice thing. So like, yeah, bring it on. Scare me, please.
I don't watch a lot of psychological thrillers.
You don't watch The Silence of the Lambs?
Well, I've seen. He doesn't really like it as much as like the other stuff.
I'm sorry, we can't be friends anymore.
Is X considered a psychological horror?
Could be. I mean,
anything that makes you.
What's it? Ty West, is that him?
It's Ty West.
I mean, there's some gore stuff in it. Like I recently saw Pearl, and I know a lot of people were talking a lot about it, but I actually enjoyed X more than that.
Same.
I agree.
I haven't watched Pearl yet, but I really like X.
Would Martyrs count?
I have yet to see that, but people say it's so fucking good. But they say that I should watch the French version and not
the French version. You're going to be messed up for the rest of the night.
Well, I mean, like
that's what I hear.
What happens. I hope you all have seen Silence of the Lambs. It is kind of gory, and there's kind of like gross things that happen, and the whole concept is gross, etc. But like, it also has like a little thing that messes with your mind. So, do you tend to favor something, or is it just kind of like work with the movie, work with the story, or
Are you talking about like my sort of writing?
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. My stories are generally pretty straightforward, but there's definitely a couple. For example, in upcoming Spiritboard, there's a couple weird little twists and turns that that you might not see coming. It might be a little, out there, and you might, it might mess with your mind a little bit. But no, I'm not really a twist sort of person. I'm kind of a straightforward kind of guy. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I do enjoy movies like Silence of the Lambs. I've watched plenty of psychological sort of thriller horror movies, but I just don't. I don't really favor those necessarily.
Yeah,
I like to just go with the flow usually.
Yeah.
I also like to think, like, if there comes to where there's a twist, I'm thinking, where could this go that no one's going to see coming?
Nope.
What have I not seen before in a film?
Yeah.
Or in a story? Like that's what Spiritboard. Like, where could we go? And there's a point where in the film where it goes, we just totally introduce a whole new thing, and it just totally flips the script a little bit. And I think, like, it's just like, it's definitely, if you like the short, you're gonna like it. Yeah, if you like the short, this one adds a whole new wrinkle to it with like the ghost and what the ghost can do and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's not just cutting people up.
Yeah. We don't want to spoil for anyone, but there's some cool elements that we add in there because I'm thinking, because I don't want to do the same thing twice with Spirit.
Yeah.
Right. We want to be like, it's faithful to the short, but also completely a different direction. So it's more of like, what can we do that's within the budget, and also what can we do that's different? And because if you do the same thing over and over, it's boring.
Yeah,
you want to challenge yourself a little bit. So
I have to say, my favorite part of your short, which I don't even know if boobies. Yeah, I love the boobies. I did. I was very excited about the bubble bath and the boobs, but besides the boobs, when they were actually using the Spiritboard and they realized, his name is William and he was a murderer, and the part where he was laughing and he was going ha ha ha, and the planchette was going ha ha ha, I was like, this is a malevolent spirit, and he is a dick. So I'm ready to see him like kill somebody. So let's go.
My favorite one. This is a little behind the scenes of the original short. My favorite one is the smoke machine with Gary as the ghost. Looks great, but then the smoke alarm went off, and then Shawn had to go into like the closet, so he couldn't turn it off. Fun little story there.
Yeah.
I did not know that a smoke machine would set off the fire alarm.
I didn't either. I didn't either.
But I love that shot where they reveal the ghost and the music's hitting, and
you're like opening the door. Yeah.
One of my favorite things.
All right, we're gonna get to my. Oh, go ahead.
I really love the atmosphere of Spiritboard. That Spiritboard honestly is one of my favorite things I've done so far. The short film. So I'm definitely excited to bring it to a feature length level because I hope to sort of expand upon that sort of atmosphere I put in the short. I hope to, ramp it up even, and I think it's going to be a great film, a very fun film.
So anyone who's watching who is
go to that link.
Go to that link if you are a lover and supporter of independent films.
Yep, it's very important. Very important.
And
check out the other feature, Night of the Axe. It's fucking amazing.
Yep,
great.
Streaming on Tubi.
Yep.
This is how movies are made. This is how original, interesting movies are made. Like
everybody gets their start. Yep.
All right, now what do you have?
What
are you doing?
My fifth underrated movie of the evening. God. Not necessarily horror, but
he's really into this.
Yes, it's great. Nunsploitation, my friend. 1978, Beyond Covenant Walls.
And that was a weird one too. If you guys haven't seen
have any of you guys seen this?
I haven't
heard of this.
I haven't seen that, but I love nun movies.
You will love it because one scene in particular, which caught me off guard, it's not edited. You have a nun who is creating this wooden phallic, and she puts a picture of Jesus on like a sticker on the back of it. And so she has her little pocket mirror, and she's looking at it as she's masturbating.
To Christ.
Sold.
Yes. And it's so good. So good.
Is that in the box set that Severin put out?
The one I have is not. It's actually just an uncut widescreen version. But
did you get it from Severin or
no? I got this like a while ago when I first
Well, I mean, there's a Nunsploitation box set.
It could be in there,
and I think that's in there because I remember that. Did she find it in a garden?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yeah. But the topic is, on the surface, the women at the convent are your average nuns. However, what they get up to in their spare time is far from what you expect.
Yeah. My weird thing with nunsploitation is probably because I went to Catholic school and I fucking hated them.
Same.
So seeing them in these like situations, like I don't know, I guess it's kind of a fetish in a way too, I guess.
Well, that's why you might like the Devils too, because the Devils deals with a lot of nuns as well.
It would crack me up too because it was like, you don't want to go to Sister Patricia's office, and I'm like, you're right, I don't.
Well, those movies make it like nuns are hot. None of them look like that.
That's true.
Yeah, Sister Patricia was 82 and she would beat your ass.
Yeah, they look more like me without a beard.
Unfortunately, I haven't gotten into the nunsploitation thing, but I need to get into it.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Because they purposely go over the edge, and you're watching these movies, even if you're not religious or you have any kind of like backstory for the Catholic religion, you're like.
Well, there was another film. It's not nuns, but I don't know. Maybe Wade's seen because he seems to see a lot of the stuff that I have from the 70s. It's called The Beast, and like, it's really just basically a porno with a guy in a beast suit, but like, it's so ridiculously crazy. Like, he's actually they show all the ejaculating scenes and.
What was the crazy one
nuts.
about the tiger shark that turned into like a swinger?
Yeah, that was really weird.
So anytime we see something that comes up on Shudder or Tubi or anything, and we're like, wow, a new horror movie, well, it wasn't a new horror movie. It was a movie from the 70s, but it was like not really about horror. It was more about like two couples swinging, and then they killed a turtle, and then there was a tiger shark, and I don't know what else happened. Like it was bizarre.
Just your typical European vacation.
Exactly.
Right.
What
That
was
was the
that?
70s too, so.
It
What was
started
that one
with a
called?
T,
It's like
Tenerua or something.
Timberbrua. It's about a tiger shark, yeah.
The
The
whole-
whole 70s was like all animals.
So
and stuff.
when we decided to watch it, because we read the synopsis and it said something like an evil tiger shark is attacking tourists on an island, and we're like, sweet, we love shark attacks, but it was really like 0 shark attacks, kill a turtle, and have like, you know, copious amounts of sex with other people's wives. So if you like that,
You
which is
can't remember the name of it. Damn it.
Tenerua,
I'll send it to you. I'll find it.
he'll find it.
It's like TIDURU or something like that. All right.
I
We're
can't say
down
it's
to
high
the
on the list, but I'm intrigued.
4th trivia run.
4th round. So first round, Tony won. Second round, Sean.
And 3rd round was Wade.
Wade won.
And now we're down to the creme of the creme. And yeah, so I'm offering Dawn of the Dead.
Oh.
On
I've never seen it.
VS. Wait, who said that?
What?
Me.
You cannot be serious. You cannot be
Is that
serious.
a joke?
Yeah, it's a joke.
He's trolling. Because I know he's actually.
He's always
Hey,
seen
I'll
the
be
Zack
honest,
Snyder.
I'll be honest.
That's right.
I've only seen the Romero cut of it.
That's the only one.
Oh.
Well, I mean, look, the 2004 is
That's
okay.
okay.
It's okay.
Both cuts are good.
Yeah,
But you're
I don't
fine
mind
seeing that.
2004. It actually introduced the fast zombie to me. I didn't see 28 Days Later till later, so 2004 was like, oh, fast zombies, that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
No, I mean
World
I've
War
seen
Z?
the.
Have you
I've
guys?
seen
You guys
the,
have seen World War Z? Like when they were being like,
That's ridiculous. Though.
dude, they were ridiculously fast, climbing over the wall zombies. And
Train to Busan is way better.
See, there's
right.
something. I mean, people have a problem with zombies running. It's like, all right, show me a real one.
Right.
It's faster. It's the same thing with a vampire. What if it shit like people's minds? I don't know where I was going with that. If they found real vampires and they sparkled.
Yeah.
There'd be so many people mad.
We can accept that, but not running zombies.
Well, I think
Right.
for me, for zombies, I'm like, okay, they're dead, but not dead. So I kind of think of like biological. So they're rotting. They can't control their muscles. So I'm like, in the idea of a zombie being, walking around, I'm not thinking of them as running quickly. I'm thinking of them as
Well, the other thing is like
survivalists.
28 Days Later doesn't really refer to them as zombies. It's like a virus, so it's really just a matter of how you interpret it. But
Well, aren't they in 28 days? It's an anger thing.
Yeah,
It's rage.
exactly. All right, first question.
Oh shit! Okay, I got my pen and my pad.
For you music lovers.
Mm-hmm.
What rock star wrote the title track for Prince of Darkness, 1987,
I know.
and had a cameo in the film?
And it wasn't Lil Jon, just FYI.
I don't know. I would say what they said.
All right, yeah, you're gonna have to take a side seat to this, my friend. It is Wade and Sean's show here. Alice Cooper is the answer. So they're up 2-0, or 1-0, excuse me. Second question. What color is this one? Yeah, this should be a pretty easy one.
Okay.
Who directed Near Dark, 1987?
I don't know. Shit. I'm sure they know.
Oh, I guess I'm wrong.
Walking in his answer right now.
Yep. Wade and Sean did get it right again. Catherine Bigelow is the answer.
Tony.
But I do love Toby Hooper. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, actually, more than the other ones.
Same.
See, I don't get many people that like that like me, so that's cool.
The second one, yeah. Oh,
The second one's great.
Well, the first one's wonderful, but like, I just something about that second one, man. I just love it to death.
I think I like Leatherface more than the movies, though. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
character.
That's
I
me
lo-
with Freddy Krueger.
I like Halloween 1 and 2, and the
Yeah.
other ones were what they are. But really, I don't know. I like Michael Myers more than the movies. I like the idea of Michael Myers more than the movies come out. Like, I don't like the Chucky movies. I'm sorry. I don't like them.
Child's Play.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're
I don't
fun.
like them. But I think Chucky's great.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
He's going to be in the next, he's the next killer
Yeah.
in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, you've been playing the shit out of that game.
And it looks amazing. Looks amazing. But anyway, yeah, I got that answer wrong.
All right. Next question is, in The Omen, 1976, what is the shape of the birthmark
Is it
possessed
right?
by the Antichrist?
This is a good one. I don't remember.
Well, what the
It's
hell is
usually
that
pretty
called?
common.
I have my eyes closed. I'm not looking at their answers.
That's all right. That's cool. That's a good way to go about it.
All right. I don't know. Is this what it's called?
Good guess from Wade and Tony, but Sean is right. It's 666.
Oh.
It's like a circle, so yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yes, it is.
Sean
Damn
is
it.
in the lead.
Damn it to hell. Good
Wade
job,
has-
Sean.
Sean has
Thank
3. Wade has 2. Tony has
2.
0.
0.
Oh,
0.
Sorry.
Poor Tony.
Big fat goose. egg.
You should have watched The Omen.
Yeah, you know right away when he said The Omen, I went, forget it.
All right, number 4. Man, this is always fun. Orange.
Aren't you glad?
You'll get a kick out of this too. We have seen this.
Okay.
Before eating the Deputy Nick and Bone Tomahawk, how do the cannibal Native Americans kill him?
Oh, I know. It's great.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you got to just for that scene, man.
It
I
is a
don't
long ass
remember.
movie, but when you get to that part,
Yeah.
How do they kill?
Yep.
mhm.
How do they kill him? Like the most shocking moment of the film. It's kind of a slow burn for most of the way, but that ending, dude.
Yeah, I only saw it once, but I don't
know.
really remember.
I can't guess for this.
You're watching the movie
I
and
don't
you're like,
remember.
oh, it's a Western. No, it's not a Western.
Well, Wade, you got to take a stab at this?
Stab.
Yeah.
He
I
can't because
said-
he never seen it. He never saw it. So
I guess scalping because of Native Americans, stuff like that.
That's what
Back
I
in the day,
said.
I don't know.
all right. Well, you guys are half right. So should I give them the half credit for both of them?
Who?
Tony and Wade.
Okay.
To be
So
fair,
the
I would
answer,
have also
the answer
said
to this
scalping.
is scalping, and they bisect him.
They went up.
They had him hanging up by his legs, and they just
Oh, yeah.
And it's
and they show it.
intense.
Yeah,
I remember being brutal. I couldn't remember what it was.
right. All right, so we'll give you credit for that.
We'll give you both get a half a point. So Tony has 0.5, Wade has 2.5, Sean is still in the lead with 3.
Okay. So we're down to the final question.
I
Well,
wonder
we
if I'll win.
Another one if Sean doesn't get this right.
Well, Sean doesn't, and Wade does. I think they're tied, right? Am I right?
No, I win.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Wade
win.
wins.
Oh, Wade
By
wins.
0.5.
0.5. All right. Who is? Let me just check one thing. Okay, yeah, you guys might struggle with this because it's the actual name of the character.
Oh shit.
Who is the only person to escape the deadly rooms in the Cube, 1998? I would never get it, so don't feel bad. I'll have to probably go to another
I've
card.
never seen it.
I saw it one time. I can't remember.
Oh my god.
Great film.
Oh, it starts with a C or a K.
Oh, you're so warm.
Oh, you're on.
Or it's that or Kelly. I think I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay, so nobody got it right.
Oh,
The answer was Kazan. It was the guy that was
Kazan.
kind of like what would you call him?
he's like not like a spirit, but like
No. He has a special needs in a way. Like he's just what do they call it? I can't believe I can't draw.
like just
I was way wrong.
mentally challenged, kind
Not mentally challenged, but like the really smart people that they just don't act.
Autistic?
Yes, thank you. That's right. He's one of those, and he's the only one that got out.
of. Well, because he solved the cube.
Well, you got help, but everyone else died along the way.
Yeah, I haven't seen Cube. I need to watch it.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. Okay, so we're the same score. Everyone's still where they are.
Tony 0.5, Wade 2.5, Sean 3. Come on, Wade.
Come on, Tony, you can do it.
Yeah, right. Well, wasn't it the last question?
Well, we're working on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't do that. That's way too easy.
Oh, whoa.
Especially since we've been talking about it. This might go.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Okay. What demon did Annie's mother and the cult members in Hereditary in 2018 worship?
Oh, fuck. Now, if you asked me what happened to their daughter at the beginning, that would be a different story.
She was using her head.
Oh.
Oh.
Shit. I can't remember.
And the answer is Heyman. Wade got it right.
Yeah.
I'm the smartest man alive. I love Hereditary.
Well done.
Final score: Tony 0.5, Wade 3.5, Sean 3. So Wade gets
Phantasm 2 and
Dawn of the Dead.
and then Sean gets
Two best
Halloween.
sequels.
Yeah.
Good job, Wade.
So yeah, I gotta get Wade on my Facebook and add him, but you guys can PM your addresses.
So
I can get those
Tony,
out.
Wade, and Sean, you need to message Scotty DJ Anubis your
Doxed.
I doxed him. I just doxed.
Breaking kayfabe here.
I know.
Jeez.
All right. So we all like a good porno. Yeah, that movie Porno was good too. That was actually quite good.
Oh, Kevin. Hi, buddy.
All right. So I got only really a couple of questions left before we close it out for this evening. But for you guys, we can go around the room. Both past and present, what are some of your favorite directors? So basically, give me some of your favorite directors from the past and some of the ones you like now creating movies. Let's start with Sean.
Well, I pretty much already told you that at the start of the show. I would go with Carpenter, Fulci, Raimi, Argento. Yeah, those are all a lot of my favorites. Let's see. Who am I thinking? There's someone else I was thinking of. I'm forgetting his name. I ended up watching. De Palma. I really like De Palma. It's sort of a non-horror. I've watched a lot of his movies and I'm a fan.
Nice.
Yeah. As far as today, I don't really follow a lot of them. I don't follow a lot of newer directors like that. There are a couple I could tell you, but I wouldn't call them my favorites. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was
maybe Shawn Wright or
my
Wade
follow-up
Brown.
question. Is it do you like, I don't know, like Scorsese or Tarantino, or do you like anything from
non-horror?
Yeah, non-horror kind of.
Yeah. I love I have a soft spot for '90s comedies, like especially like Wayne's World and
Yes.
the Naked Gun. Those are some of my favorites. Yeah, I love action movies. Of course, I'm a Schwarzenegger fan. So yeah, I like all kinds of stuff, but I definitely lean towards genre films.
Yeah.
I don't really care much for dramas too much. I just it's just they bore me generally. I would rather watch something either funny or something violent. Though I mean some dramas are violent.
Yeah.
If you're talking about Scorsese, I enjoy stuff like I like Goodfellas and stuff like that. It's not something I would really watch a second time. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's something that I'll watch and then I'll be like, well, I'm gonna watch Nightmare on Elm Street 3 again.
Dream Warriors. Wade, what about you?
I mean, of course, Carpenter, Craven. Go outside of that, Scorsese is one of my top. I like Verhoeven a lot. I'm trying to think. Kevin Smith, Mike Lee, David Lynch. One I've been getting into the past year or two is Tsukamoto, who did Tetsuo and Tokyo Fist.
Yeah.
But for new ones, I really dig what Robert Eggers is doing with The Witch, Lighthouse, The Northman. I would say Ari Aster, but I was not really a big fan of Midsummer as much. I have not seen Beau Isn't Afraid.
I haven't seen that one either. And the thing is, like, I kind of like Midsummer, but like it just reminded too much of The Witch or The Wicker Man. Like it just reminded too much.
Oh yeah, it's total ripoff of The Wicker Man, 100%.
I agree. I agree with Robert Eggers. Robert Eggers is great.
I'd also say they're a little bit more smaller, but Justin Benson and Maren Moorhead, they did movies like Spring and The Endless and stuff like that. They're very good. There's one that came out like last year called Something in the Dirt.
Yeah. I started watching. I haven't finished that one yet. Yeah.
I think they're really talented, very nice guys. A recent movie I watched, he's not really new, but he's not really well known, is Joe Lynch. He did the movie Suitable Flesh with Heather Graham that came out recently. Pretty good. Wow. If you like Stuart Gordon, that's one. Stuart Gordon right there. That's one I didn't think of.
Stuart
Gordon, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's all I could think of right now.
Tony, what about you, sir?
I'm very terrible with names, but the ones I could think of like Raimi, Romero, Craven.
Yeah.
I like Wes Anderson movies a lot. Spielberg, like the title's name is Scorsese, of course. I love Scorsese. Who's the one who did like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? Is that Guy Ritchie?
Yes.
I like those. I like his movies. But I'm kind of like Shawn in a way. But like, he don't like Goodfellas, but like I would rather watch a comedy. Like when I eat, I want to watch a comedy. I can't watch a horror movie.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse over the years. Like I have no tolerance. It's funny. But like
I'm actually the same way. As a kid, I was like eating that shit up, and now it's like, man, like even some of the scenes I see, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I gotta wait. Man. I gotta wait a minute. Yeah, anything with puke, forget it. But
like nothing does that for me. I could eat and watch anything.
Wow.
No, I didn't.
Too. It takes a lot to burst me out.
There's also the Coen brothers. I totally forgot about the Coen brothers.
Oh yeah. Big
Lebowski, my favorite movie of all time. That hands down. Forgot about Coen brothers.
So one of my favorite, I don't know, like mainstream directors is Baz Luhrmann. I don't know if you guys.
What's he directing?
Moulin Rouge.
Because she likes
Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
DiCaprio version.
Yeah. Elvis, 2022.
I haven't seen that.
I like.
Oh. I can't say this without living in Baltimore. John Waters. I gotta say John.
Yes.
I watched pretty much every single John Waters film, but I watched Serial Mom for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I freaking love that film so much.
I've actually never seen it.
You've never seen Serial Mom?
Isn't that Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes.
Though?
Yeah. There's a part where they get mad because she's in fucking, oh my god, what was that club called?
Well, we'll watch it. I haven't seen it.
No. The club.
Hammersmith.
Hammerjack. Thank you.
Oh.
The daughter gets embarrassed. She's like, "Mom, we can't do that. We're in Hammerjacks." And I'm like,
I think it was like the fake band was L7 in actuality.
Yeah.
So this looks like L7, and it was L7.
I probably should be deported
I think
because
for
I've never seen a
me-
John Waters movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
You gotta watch-
it from Baltimore.
You gotta watch Pink Flamingos just to get through it. Polyester is probably one of my favorites. Crybaby, of course. Hairspray.
Crybaby. You have to watch
Crybaby.
Crybaby.
I think one of my favorite directors.
My wife loves that movie.
Is Panos Cosmatos with Beyond the Black Rainbow as well.
Oh
as,
yeah.
Oh, he also did Mandy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is great. I do really like him.
Yeah.
If I had to pick an Italian guy, I'd go with Fulci.
Fulci's great. Yeah.
I'm an Argento person, even though half his films are terrible. I don't know.
No, Argento's great. Suspiria is like my all-time favorite film. But I do like Mario Bava. Just so many guys. Somebody mentioned Trauma. Like, there's a lot of like.
Oh hell yeah,
dude! Coffin's amazing, dude. Like, I just love him as a guy and the stuff that he does.
it's obvious that like there's a lot we are letting out that we can't think of. There's so many.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a lot of indie horror directors as well. Like
oh god, yeah.
Shawn Wright. And Wade.
Wade Wright, yeah. But yeah.
Shawn and Wade Wright.
That's the great thing about it. But the last question I have for the evening is basically for all you guys, and we'll just go around the room here.
Round robin.
What bothers you the most about the horror scene, whether filmmaking or the fandom? Like, what bothers you the most about it?
Bothers you?
Oh, wait, what was that?
What bothers you about the horror scene, whether it comes to filmmaking? So, like for you, Tony, it might be either as a fan or an actor, or the fandom. Like you find that people aren't as supportive as they need to be, or just they rude. Like, how do you feel about that? Or are they supportive? Like maybe you don't run into any problems. Everybody goes quiet.
I'll start by saying I don't try to dwell on the negative things too much. I try to think of the positive things the most I can. I don't think, obviously, as a filmmaker, things that bother me are when people don't show up to set. That's my main issue.
You're thinking business.
Yeah, but other than that, I try not to let the negative people get to me too much, because every scene has sort of the negativity in it. So you just got to try to get out of it and just sort of, do your own thing and just try to think of the positive aspects and just, there's not a whole lot that bothers. Obviously there's scammers and bad people out there, but,
so when you have an actor who doesn't show up, is he just kind of doing one of these?
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
And then Sean squirts him with the Super Soaker 3000.
Yeah. Full of semen.
Inseminate.
What Sean's not telling you though is that when that person does show up after being sick, they get the best kill in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, that
does
is
it
true.
pay to be late?
Tony missed out his first night, but it's okay because we probably wouldn't have even gotten to him anyway.
Yeah, that's also why when he fed the crew McDonald's, I didn't get any McDonald's because I ate French fries on my way to Maryland, and that's what I got sick on. So nope.
Man.
Yep.
You had too many fries.
Oh my god.
I'd say for me, and it's a lot of it for filmmaking wise. I feel like we need to release horror movies need to start doing more practical effects because I saw a movie that came out this year, Cobweb. Really, really loved Cobweb until they revealed the thing, and it's all CGI face, and you're like, okay,
Yep,
Barbarian. Okay, like, can we just have an actual like effect or just like makeup or whatever?
I felt that
I'd
way
say.
about Barbarian.
Well, Malignant was bad. I didn't like it.
That the thing behind the head.
I think
and
Malignant
I'm like,
was
Malignant, yeah.
That's how I felt about Malignant. Like it was going pretty good, and then when they're like, "We have the big reveal," I'm like,
"Well,
I love that. I love that. They just said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna go crazy."
The problem is that I know you guys probably feel the same way. It's like Carpenter's the thing really set the benchmark, or The Howling, or American Wolf of London. Like nobody wants to go back to that. I'm like, I miss it so much. The last films I could say that comes off the top of my head where they kind of went back to it was this movie called Itsy Bitsy. And they were using a spider, but it was like a practical effect, which I really liked. They didn't rely on the CGI. So they do need to get back to those practical effects. It's better. It's just way better than the CGI. I think you can work CGI in, but sorry, Sean, go ahead.
I think probably the biggest movies doing completely practical effects are probably Terrifier. That's probably one of the only ones that are really, in the big horror films, and they're still technically indie films.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just the way Hollywood works now. They don't want to do anything practically anymore because it saves them money in a way. Even though I feel like it's probably more expensive, but somehow through their accounting, it saves them money somehow. I don't know. That's just the nature of what Hollywood is nowadays, and it probably will never go back to being the way it was. So the only ones really who can really go do that sort of thing are independent films because Hollywood's just not going to do it. It's just not going to happen.
I think two more then I'm done.
Two more.
Two more things. Filmmaking that kind of annoys me is when people. I might get a lot of flack for this. When people purposely make a movie bad because people love bad movies.
Yeah.
Those people that love those bad movies is because they were actually trying to make it good. It has a charm to it, like The Room. Tommy Wiseau legit thought he was making the greatest movie of all time, and it has that charm to it. But then people is like purposely bad acting, purposely doing that. It's just like you don't have that charm factor of it.
Right.
And the other thing that's hand to hand is not everything. This is any fandom is. It's either the greatest movie of all time or the worst movie of all time. It can't just be okay. I think we gotta get back to like it was okay. It's not the worst thing. Because trust me, there's worse movies out there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's too much negativity, especially in like reviewing and stuff. I think there's definitely more. It's not quite as bad maybe in like the horror scene as it is in like more mainstream movies where
Star Wars.
Yeah. I'm not defending. I'm not really defending modern Star Wars, but
Right.
But yeah, definitely the fandoms are probably a little worse than horror overall. So horror actually does have, I think, a pretty solid fandom that generally like things more than other genre fans.
It's like a Monster Mania or a Monster Con. I think I've been to those in the Comic Cons and stuff. The horror conventions are infinitely better and more fun and more energy, have more camaraderie to it.
Yeah.
There's at Comic Con you get those like I like Marvel, I like DC, or like anime has like Naruto or Die, or stuff like that. It's just I think horror has a great community.
Yeah, definitely.
I do too.
That's the only way
All
we
right,
can do what we
guys.
do.
Well, I certainly appreciate you all stopping by and hanging out with us tonight. As we said, we designed to do this to get more funding for your next project, Spiritboard, Doorway to Death. And hopefully people who are going to watch this will check out that link and go and contribute, because I do want to see this movie get made. But again, thanks for stopping by. I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of good prizes going out to you guys.
Yeah, right here.
Thank you for all the support for everything.
Yeah, man. Like you got to do it, man. Independent filmmakers, man. Like you said, you know, there's a lot of independent directors out there that need our support, and that's important, you know. So, but hang around.
Tell us again one more time before we sign off. How do we support Spiritboard?
Yep.
You can go to the Indiegogo, which is scrolling below. It's probably going to be a link to the description.
Yep.
You can go to facemailfeatures.com. Just support me there. You can get DVDs, Blu-rays, all that stuff. It could be producer perks, special thanks credits, all kinds of things. And that's all very reasonably priced, I think. I've seen some Indiegogos that have very expensive perks for what you get.
Yeah.
So I think I've priced my perks very reasonably.
I do
And
too.
like I said, even $5 helps. Anything helps. You know, you can also grab Night of the Axe on Blu-ray or DVD.
Yes.
And even just streaming it on Tubi also helps, because I get paid for that too. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But if you buy the DVD, you get the special features. You get commentary of Shawn and I.
And if you can't see it, it's signed by the director.
Yep, I'll sign it for you. You get commentary.
Yeah, I mean that I'd say buy the DVD and Blu-ray.
Definitely.
Or if you can't, watch Tubi, but
any horror fan needs to have this in their collection. Period.
physical media, baby.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Media is
Well,
very
you guys
important.
hang around. I'm just going to close this out. We actually have the little teaser for Indigo for this film. So hang around. We'll be back.
That's our
and,
outro.
Talk to you guys later. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm writer, director, producer Shawn Wright, and I need your help to make my next feature film, Spiritboard, Doorway to Death. Spiritboard is a old-school supernatural slasher film. It'll be full of gore, spooky imagery, and nightmares. I have a great cast and some great crew involved, and I need your help to bring it to life. The film is about a group of friends who play with one of these things, and they accidentally summon the spirit of a long-dead serial killer. And one by one, he cuts them down in a number of grisly ways. The film is going to be 100% practical effects by the wonderful Joe Lascola. I have a great cast attached to this, including Ashley Amberlin, Hunter Redfern, and Amanda Megan, among many others. I'll have a score by Matt Cannon, who scored my previous film, Night of the Axe. I have a number of great perks available, such as Blu-rays, DVDs, and posters. And I also have some special ones. You can help feed the cast and crew. You can even have your music featured in the film. You could have your voice in the film as a ghostly whisper. You could even have your picture featured in the film, even your brand. You could have product placement. What brand doesn't want product placement in a feature film? There's also my favorite perk, the executive producer perk, also known as my best friend perk. I need your help to make this film. Every little bit helps to make this Splatterfest a reality. And if you can't donate, please just share. Thank you for watching, and I hope you consider donating. Go to facemailfeatures.com to find more.